Hi. Hello. We're playing more Hey Girlie today. It is a girly day. It's a very girly day, I should say. And a girly afternoon, if you will. Hi, Shasta.
Hi.
We're getting into it as quickly as possible. Oh my captions.
Wow.
And we have learned that I need to not stream it full quality to you.
Yeah.
The game will open. There we go.
Hey, girly.
Whoa, I got 2 Hey Girlies.
That's a lot of girlies.
I got a rare Hey. I got Cass and I got. Oh no, I have the game open 3 times. That's why. I think I got 2 girlies, but it was 2 Lucy's and a Cass.
Oh.
The rare triple girly. There you go. I'm actually allowed to have the game at full screen. If she plays her cards right. There we go. Okay, and then I'll stream it to you.
Hey.
Beautiful. Okay. Yes, we are at the cat cafe. We're getting into it. The best date in the entire game.
At the cat. At the cafe. At the combination cat and cafe.
I'm at the combination cat and cafe. Okay. You haven't been to a cat cafe before. Sure, you've heard of them. You're pretty sure Aylwin adopted at least a few of her cats from one, but you never found time to check one out yourself. There's a cat cafe around the corner from me. It's real neat. I went with my mom. All of these beautiful cats, most of these beautiful cats are dev cats. And they're delightful. I know you already went over this last time, but that's Selena. Sleeping in her little... the little black void in the middle of the screen. Out of the blue, Lucy has invited you to spend time together and chill at one. Just the 2 of you. Some overpriced drinks and a whole crew of cats fighting for your attention. And really, who in their right mind would say no to that? You quickly fix your chair and outfit in the reflection of the window before pushing open the door to the cafe. You find yourself in a mudroom with a list of rules for interacting with the cats, a stack of waivers you don't read very carefully, and some hand sanitizer. You look around for Lucy as soon as you get all the boring stuff out of the way and enter the cafe proper. It's around half full of both customers and cats, some of which are happily playing with each other while others seem to be ignoring that they're at a cafe. Signs point around a corner to a corner where you could
Around a corner to a counter.
To a counter. Holy shit. Where you could order food and drinks. You consider seeing if Lucy went to order while you were away, while waiting for you to arrive, but decided against it. Surely she won't be gone for too long, and she'll probably be thrilled that you took the initiative to find somewhere for the 2 of you to sit. You start scoping out booths along the wall of the cafe. Most are completely full, but your search turns up one with just 1 occupant. Yeah, I mean, I think they're pretty occupado over here. An occupant you know, staring directly at you.
What are you doing here?
Please? What are you doing here?
I just realized that this is both of them are Kip and Lucy, so who the fuck is Kristen? If I'm doing narration, you want it to be Kristen?
Sure. Kipper Lily? What are you doing here?
Kipper Lily rolls her eyes.
I can patronize whatever businesses I feel like. And I asked first.
Not this again. You really want to retort that you asked second, but heroically restrain yourself. Historically is not true.
Lucy invited me to hang out. Have you seen her?
Kipper Lily's eyes briefly widen before her eyebrows knit together in a frown. Maybe it's worth mentioning that I just woke up from a nap.
No. And Lucy invited me to hang out.
You pull out your crystal and double check the message Lucy had sent you. You see Kipper Lily doing the same thing out of the corner of your eye. Right day, right time, right location. Before you can ask Kipper Lily what's really going on here, another voice pipes up. Oh, good. You're both here. You spin around and see Lucy hurrying over with a tray of 3 drinks. Kipper Lily's mouth drops open as Lucy gives you a cheerful grin.
Lucy, did you pick these colors to kind of match Kip?
Oh! I didn't even think about that. Wow. Lucy.
When did you cut your hair?
Lucy puts a tray down in front of Kipper Lily, one hand flying to her hair. She self-consciously plays with the ends.
Pretty recently. Kristen cut it for me.
Kipper Lily's eyes flicker back to you, this time with less wariness and more utter shock.
What do you think? It's a big change, I know.
Kipper Lily looks at Lucy again, who waits expectantly for an answer. She stammers for a brief moment before clearing her throat and straightening.
Oh.
It looks great, obviously.
Obviously.
Is that a compliment for my amazing hairdressing skills? No, it's a compliment for Lucy's ability to rock any hairstyle, even if an amateur was the one holding the scissors.
Lucy beams at both of you as she sits down, and you take the opportunity to slide into the bench after her.
So, you invited both of us here? Without telling the other person.
Kipper Lily's not exactly tense, but she occasionally glances at you warily, as if you're intruding on her space without permission. You're sitting almost directly opposite of her, with Lucy taking up the middle of the bench between the two of you. No one's taken their drink yet. It feels like some sort of concession if you took yours first, so you try your best to ignore them. Lucy chuckles sheepishly as she nods, drawing both of your attention back to her.
Yeah, I thought it could be fun if the 3 of us did something together, you know? Don't you think?
Kipper Lily's lips pressed together like she's considering disagreeing, but you managed to speak before her. Are you really sure, Lucy? I wish I thought of it myself. It could be pretty fun. This one. I think that one. Also, like, I feel like, you know, if you want to be my lover, you gotta get with my friends. This, Kip's gonna like this because Lucy likes this, right?
Maybe.
Maybe. This might be bad, but I think the first one is the best one. It could be pretty fun as hedging her bets. Are you really sure is like, come on. But the first one's like, yeah, hell yeah. Lucy beams at you, and Kipper Lily's eyes widen again before she folds her arms, shrugging nonchalantly.
Sure, definitely. No problem here.
Lucy perks back up, her smile not quite as wide as before, but infinitely more helpful.
Hopeful.
I figured you'd both be here by the time the drinks are ready, so I ordered for everyone. Kristen, I tried to guess what you'd like, so I hope it's not that bad. It's not too bad. Her voice is so quiet. Damn it.
I'm like looking at the fucking thing and I'm like barely hitting yellow. She reaches over to place a drink in front of you. It's in a white ceramic mug with a pair of cat ears on the rim that, while adorable, definitely have dumped half of the drink all... We'll definitely have dumped half the drink all over your lap by the time you're done.
The menu called it a Purtado?
So inspiring.
Ooh, yeah, love a cortado. Thanks, Lucy.
Cortado. And Kip, they had an iced caramel toffee latte thing that sounded like your old order. Like, you like yours with extra whipped cream, right?
The tension shifts from almost combative to completely awkward.
Sheen was having a hard time cutting sugar out of his diet when he decided to get fit last year, and I wanted to be supportive, so I haven't really been eating any sweets, except for the stuff my mom makes. And being in hell ruined my sinuses, so I have to be kind of punched in the face by flavor to taste anything. I've been drinking a lot of black coffee recently.
Lucy freezes, the drink in her hand. You can't tell if she's more stricken by the reminder of everything she's missed while she was dead, or the mortifying ordeal of getting a drink order completely wrong, even if there was no way she could have predicted any of what Kipper Lily just admitted. But if there's one thing Kristen Appleby's is good at, it's getting out of awkward situations. No, it's not!
No, it's
No,
not. It's making them more awkward.
It's creating them! Blast from a past, you really could relive the nostalgia of it. Could always drink half of it and dump an espresso shot into it. Do you want to trade with me? I think that's an answer.
Is Bertado strong? Is Cortado strong?
All I know is the jokes that people make about a cortado. I don't know what it actually is.
What is a cortado? Google, save me.
What's a cortado?
A Spanish beverage consisting of espresso mixed with a roughly equal amount of warm milk.
That sounds like it might be good. I don't like coffee.
I like coffee. I drink that.
Maybe we trade.
I think can offer our trades.
Yeah, we trade
Good.
these.
Ugh, whatever.
Kimberly glares at you before protectively pulling the drink towards herself. Lucy blinks at her son in territorial display. Fuck, that's so funny. The problem sorted, you lapse into a charged silence. All three of you sip your respective drinks, waiting for someone to start the conversation.
Was that a good whatever?
It's a neutral whatever. Kimberly drags a menu on the table to herself. Lucy fidgets with her straw. You find yourself tapping your fingers on your knee. I don't remember... No, I'm not gonna say it. Like, there's some, like, inside baseball I could mention about points and how things work in this game. I don't entirely know if it's true for the double dates, but you catch Kimberly and Lucy stealing glances at each other when they don't drink. They don't think you'll be caught, and both of them hurriedly looking away from you when your glance looks at them. It already feels weird to be sitting in awkward silence, especially since you thought you'd already gotten past that with both of them individually. Somehow, putting the three of you together brings it all back.
So that's, yeah.
So...
Who's you? Yeah, Kristen, that's great. That's a good answer. Have either of you been here before? How about something to eat?
One is more of a conversation starter unless the answer is no for both of them.
I feel like we're gonna have to redo this whole date. I'm so baffled about how terrible I'm doing, I feel. Have either of you been here before? They both shake their heads.
Well...
It's only been open a couple years anyway.
With the conversation seal freshly rebroken, Kimberly turns to Lucy. Okay, hey!
Okay, hey, that worked.
Hey!
Why did you pick this place?
I always thought it was cute. We never had the time before.
Right, yeah, but still. Wait, what's weird about coming here? Lucy's allergic to cats. It's the other main reason we never drop by.
Lucy! Fuck, oh my god, she's so funny. She looks a little smug knowing about the allergy, but you figure she's just making up for lost ground for not knowing about the haircut. Lucy chuckles loosely, unbothered. Chuckles loosely anyway, unbothered.
Barely allergic. I already took an antihistamine. I'll be fine. But you always were interested in it, and Kristen seems really keen, so...
Lucy shrugs like it's no big deal, taking another sip of her drink. Kimberly hums to herself before suddenly flinching, looking behind her.
There she is! There she is!
One of the smaller tabby cats has apparently noticed Kimberly's tail and found it too tempting to ignore. As you watch, he bats at it like a feather on a string. Wow, she's playing cross-gender. She's so versatile. The tail instinctively curls away from the contact, but a second later the cat attempts to pounce on it. Kimberly easily dodges the cat, briefly standing up to sweep her tail fully out of range.
Aw, he likes you.
Ugh, whatever.
He thinks I'm a toy.
So does Selena. Selena thinks I'm a toy, so this tracks. Kimberly huffs, her tail wrapping itself around her leg until the cat loses interest and sidles up to Lucy instead, pressing against her leg in an obvious bid for entertainment or pets. Lucy indulges him, scritching the cat between his ears. Kimberly sits down again, her tail unwinding as she focuses very intently on her drink. You look around to see if there's any potential kitty affection headed your way, but most of the other cats appear to already be occupied with other customers, or far more concerned with lying in one of the sunny spots of the cafe. The rules are very clear that you're supposed to let the cats come to you, so it looks like you'll just have to share with Lucy for now. You shuffle a little bit closer to her, reaching out a hand for the cat to sniff. You keep your hand still. You let that cat figure out if it wants to be pet by you. After a moment of sniffing, the cat bumps his head against your waiting hand, pushing against it until you start scratching behind his ears.
The tag says his name is Blueberry.
Doesn't look very blue to me. Maybe they all have food names because it's a cafe. That'd be kind of cute.
Kimberly hums. She's still sitting on the other side of the table with her arms folded while you and Lucy pet Blueberry. Lucy starts petting her lap, trying to encourage him to come sit on it, or at least on the bench between the two of you.
Oh, Kimberly, don't you want to pet the cute kitty? He tried to bite my tail. That means he wants to play!
Kimberly rolls her eyes again, but the gesture falters as she glances towards Lucy.
What was the thing Ruben used to say? We only live once?
Well...
That
well...
isn't true for either of us.
That's not true for all three of you, peace people! All three of these girlies have died!
Well, technically we're clerics, so...
Fine. You win this
All right.
time.
Alright, fine.
Cheeks reddening, Kimberly reluctantly shuffles along the bench closer to Lucy, holding out a hand towards the cat like you had. Blueberry is happy to have another source of affection, purring and butting his head into Kimberly's hand before starting to wind around her back, meowing.
I think he really does like you.
Or he's trying to get my tail again.
I think they have some actual cat toys we can borrow. Maybe he'd be more interested in those.
Kimberly looks at Blueberry for a long moment, then back at you at Lucy.
Or you could just let him use your tail again.
Scrunching up her nose, Kimberly scoots out of the booth, brushing down her skirt.
Okay, whatever. I'll be right back.
She gives both of you another look. The one she gives Lucy seems more hesitant, but the one she gives you is definitely wary. It's easy enough to read, don't try anything, you're pretty sure. You can't imagine what Kimberly thinks you're going to do in the 2 minutes she's gone, but you can try to reassure her. Waggle your eyebrows suggestively! I want to say that one so bad.
You will... No, we're trying to woo her!
Give her a thumbs up. I think give her a thumbs up.
I think so too. It seems like she's more receptive when we're an awkward loser.
Yeah. She audibly exhales, walking away. With Kimberly on the hunt, you turn back to Lucy, who is patting Blueberry again.
I will know that I would totally forget to tell people that I invited the other to a hangout, but you're not even like a tenth of the airhead I am, Lucy. What's going on? Why'd you really invite me and Kip here?
Oh, Kip? She lets you call her Kip too?
When she's feeling extra nice. Well, technically, I think I'm only allowed to call her Kip.
Did you say something different?
Apparently, the all caps double P is audible.
We've been making it audible. Lucy quietly chuckles at that. She sighs quietly and gives gentle scratches behind Blueberry's ear as she mulls the answer over.
I didn't know if you'd show up.
You give her a skeptical look. Lucy sighs.
Well, okay, I didn't know if Kip or Lily would have shown up if I told both of you in advance.
What do you mean? Don't know if Kip or Lily told you, but we've been hanging out on our own, too. She doesn't, hate me or anything anymore. At least I don't think she does.
I've heard, but don't worry. Kip mentioned that you guys won laser tag together. And since you seemed to be getting along, I thought we'd all have a good time together.
So why the secrecy?
I don't know. It's been kind of awkward between me and her. I wasn't sure she'd even agree if it was just me, let alone with someone else in the mix. But I was hoping that with you here, things would be a bit smoother and we could all get past the weirdness. Maybe build a new relationship together?
You're really special.
Build a new relationship, huh?
There's a hint of that strange expression on Lucy's face, the one you saw as she watched you in the mirror during her haircut. You get a sense that there's something meaningful underlying her words, something that maybe she's not ready to talk about just yet. You decide not to press her on it. Besides, she's right. Despite how strange this afternoon has been, you're still having fun. You cross your arms and sigh dramatically. This date feels like we're playing the Lucy Frostblade dating sim. That like she's the protagonist of the game.
Fine. I'll let you off the hook this time.
Lucy smiles, relieved. Before either of you can say anything else, Kimberly slides back to her seat, holding one of those cat toys that's a stick with feathers dangling off a string at the end of it. She eyes Blueberry warily.
You better like this, Blueberry.
She dangles the toy in front of Blueberry, who immediately perks up, clambering over Lucy to bat the feathers overhead. Despite her initial annoyance at the whole situation, it only takes a couple of seconds for Kimberly to get invested in entertaining the cat. She waves the stick to and fro around the space between her and Lucy on the bench. Blueberry obliges with a particular adorable huff every time he narrowly misses the feathers. Her tail subconsciously mirrors the way she swings the toy, drawing the attention of a couple other cats. You see them begin to slink towards her.
Warn her, Tristan. Warn her.
You hold a finger up to your lips to Lucy, pointing at the approaching cats.
Oh, I saw.
You glance over to see Lucy's got her crystal set up perfectly, the camera barely peeking over the lip of the table. She's still wearing her typical warm smile, but there's a playful edge to it that you've gotten to know so well. Kimberly doesn't seem to notice, preoccupied with Blueberry. In the moment before it happens, you have a chance to do something big. Got something on your skirt, your drink's getting cold. Turn around for a second. What does that one do? Make her look at her skirt? Make her look down and see the cats.
I don't know.
I don't know which one to
This
do.
one's tough.
Yeah.
No, I think Kip, you've got something on your skirt, actually might be a thing of annoying her more because she doesn't like us calling her Kip.
Oh, that's true. Your drink's getting cold. Turn around for a second.
Turn around for a second is pretty clearly trying to warn her, I think.
Yeah. She'd appreciate that. I don't know if I think Lucy would be like, bummer. But I think she'd appreciate us doing that.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Before you can respond, both cats that had been stalking Kipperlily's waving tail pounce. One manages to nip at at it, and the other smacks at it with the paw. Kipperlily herself shrieks, the sound of surprise and not pain, which scares Blueberry off but somehow doesn't dissuade the other two cats. She falls off the bench onto the floor, scrambling to keep her composure as she watches the two interlopers casually stroll away, tails held high.
Are you fucking kidding me?
You little fuckers.
Oh, that's...
I don't think I've ever heard you scream that loud. Did you put them up to this, Applebee's? Are you secretly a druid or something?
Before he can reply, Lucy finally loses it, laughing loudly at the offended look on Kipperlily's face and probably baffled look on yours. It's not a graceful laugh. She snorts as she tries to breathe, and the tail end of each laugh evolves into a high-pitched squeak that she does her best to muffle in her palm. She slams her head onto the table, promptly upending whatever's left of her honey roast tea. Lucy?
Lucy?
It's no use. She can't stop laughing. You and Kipperlily exchange a look in solidarity with each other for the first time today. Kipperlily sighs.
I'll get some napkins.
The rest of the afternoon passes quickly, full of banter and adorable... Ooh, ad break.
I don't think there's anyone here.
No, that's fair. Might be lurkers who are not being registered. I don't know.
That's true. It's possible.
It is possible. I don't know if this date requires any or gets any points in either direction, so that's why I was. Oh, baby beans. Here is
I guess we'll see if Cassandra turns up afterward and be like, hey, you fucked it.
Here's Blueberry.
She doesn't look very blue.
No, she's not very blue, but... Even though the sounds definitely sound like stock cat noises, they are not stock cat noises. They are... there is a later date that we'll hear. I had to record some extra stuff for... and Selena woke up partway through it and wanted me to play with her, and so she started yelling and stuff and got picked up on the recording. And so when there was the date being written, they were like, can we get cat noises? Oh shit, can we get Selena noises? And I offered to record more Selena noises for Nav, who was editing those, but she was perfect. She was already perfect and loud.
She is very cat.
Yep. She is the platonic ideal of a cat. The rest of the afternoon passes quickly, full of banter and adorable cuddly cats. When it's time to go, you find yourself lingering. Kipperlily and Lucy seem equally hesitant to leave. That was fun, wasn't it?
Sure.
Selena.
We should do this again. Maybe just with a little more warning next time. Yeah, none of this invite two people without the other person knowing shit again, Luce. It doesn't work if there aren't cats to break the tension.
She calls us loose. You wanna go uppies? You keep poking me. Lucy grins, sheepish. Oh, okay, we're going. She keeps poking me, so I thought she wanted to be uppies. No, she's still just... No, she doesn't want to be up here. She doesn't want to be on stream. She just wants to keep poking me, and she wants my attention.
Mm-hmm. That's how it works.
That's not content.
Did you not know how this worked?
Selena, content.
You should have been made aware of this by now.
I need to be able to tell the difference when she wants uppies versus when she just wants to poke me a bunch.
It was in the training manual.
Yes, exactly.
Ooh, we should secretly bring Kristen over to Ruben's place and meet the mascots then.
Mascots? What is it? Absolutely the fuck not. Daisington and Briefcase are too important for that. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold up. Briefcase and what? Mascots? You guys have mascots?
Lucy smiles while Kipperlily whips around to face you. Her arms folded and an intense look in her eyes. She doesn't seem mad, but whatever these mascots are must be important.
Briefcase and Daisington. They're invaluable members of the team and far too important to just bring anyone.
They're Kip's pet guinea pigs.
Your face lights up. Sure, the cats were fun to play with, but there's something about a bean-shaped rodent that's objectively far cuter. Kipperlily still has her arms stubbornly folded.
I didn't know you had pets.
Yeah, Kip's got guinea pigs.
They're not just pets. They're auxiliary support for our party.
She seems to set to stick to that ridiculous explanation, but after a second, her posture cracks just a little bit and she tilts her head. Lucy is just watching with an amused expression.
They're a recent development. Now I really want to meet them. They don't like strangers.
We'll just have to do something else then, because we are hanging out again.
Kipperlily immediately nods, and you can't help but be a little disappointed. You catch Lucy's eye, though, and she subtly gestures at her crystal, mouthing, "I'll text you photos." But you suppose you can't be too upset. You're pretty sure Kipperlily notices, raising one eyebrow, but she just huffs and lets it slide. Still, you're not above a little bribery.
Would they be open to meeting a stranger if I brought them gifts? Like what? I'm not going to let you dress them up in little outfits or anything.
The sweaters they have are good enough.
That'd be so cute!
What if she makes them something? A food bowl, maybe?
Nat 20!
A brilliant idea strikes you.
Yeah, we could go to a pottery studio. Fun, practical, and we can compete to see who makes the best thing. Sounds right up your alley, huh, Kipperlily?
Yeah, whatever.
Fine. I suppose we can plan something like that for next time.
Hell yeah, Kristen, nailed it. You high-five yourself mentally. You head home with a pep in your step. No matter what happens, the next time you three hang out, you know it won't be boring. Someone's calling.
Hi, Kristen. I missed you.
Well, how'd it go?
I might have fucked it. We'll see.
Oh, sick.
I had fun. Started out a little awkward, but we got past that. I thought about offering to heal Kipperlily's tail after the cats went after it, but I'm sure Lucy would have if she was worried.
Let's see what the stars think.
Ooh, you should definitely take initiative next time. I bet she'd appreciate it.
You think so?
Absolutely! Put yourself in her shoes and think about it.
Yeah.
Kristen?
What? Kristen just lost it. Lost in the sauce. Okay, so put some initiative. I don't think we fucked it. I think that's a neutral.
Yeah, that seemed fine.
That seemed fine. Do we want to redo it to do, hey, Kip, check out your, or like, you got some on your skirt to warn her?
I don't know.
I think we'll be okay. We still have individual dates with the two of them.
Yeah.
So.
Do you want to make another save file?
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so we're going to school for Kip, and we're doing downtown community service.
Downtown.
Oh, right, I can't save until I go somewhere.
Right.
do Lucy first. It's another slow, lazing morning without school for once because Eggport forgot the keys to the teacher's lounge and apparently it was worthy of a whole shutdown. You're lying in bed, half a blanket draped over you, your window is open and a cool, refreshing breeze blows in. There are probably a billion things you could be doing, homework and student council work among them, but you don't want to. Instead, you're content to watch the morning sunlight filter through your billowing curtains and land on the wall in golden stripes.
Even cowgirls get the blues.
You sigh. Okay, you can admit it. Enjoying the moment isn't the only reason you're not up and about yet. You're also anxiously hoping for a message from Lucy asking to hang out today. You know she'd mentioned being busier this week, but she had said she'd text you with plans for a future meetup. You didn't want to seem clingy or pushy by texting her first, so now you're just lying here, waiting, your crystal by your head near the pillow. Her crystal buzzes. You scramble upright and grab it, swearing that when it slides off the bed, you can just barely catch it looking at the screen. Hi, Kristen. You let out a squeak of happiness and then clap a hand over your mouth. There's no one here to witness that embarrassing show of emotion, but you look around anyway, your face burning just to be sure. Try to think of a good way to respond. Hey, I was waiting for your message. Just fucking be so, like, so desperate. Oh, hey, Lucy, how's it hanging? That feels natural. Pretty great. How are you? God, this fucking icon is so good. Lucy in front of her own grave is beautiful. It's just so good.
Great, thanks. What's up?
Casual, interested, but unclinging. Applebee's, you're nailing it. I'm volunteering to pick up trash at the park today, and I'd love some company. Do you want to come? This probably should have been outside.
Yeah.
I'm interested that it's not outside, that it's considered downtown. Because we haven't had a lot of outside dates. Oh, you hadn't quite expected to be asked to join on that sort of thing. You bite your lip. It would be super great to hang out. You take a second to think about it. Community service hasn't historically been the most emotionally safe activity for you. And even though you've dabbled in it now and again, you still feel kind of strange about intensely participating in it. But it's just picking up trash, and it's with Lucy. You're not going to miss out on a chance to hang out with her. It's fine. You'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm down.
Great. See you soon.
Can't wait to see you.
Lucy heart reacts your message, and you smile. Oh, I do.
Yeah, this should have been outside.
Yeah. It's like explicitly outside. It really is a beautiful day, and you enjoy the sunshine, blue sky, and singing birds as you walk to the park. You catch sight of Lucy right away. She's waiting by the park entrance, a stash of equipment in her hands and a backpack on her shoulder. Oh, hi. Hi, Kristen. Ready to pick up some trash?
We're not in Applebee's reporting for duty.
You flex. We're not on the street, so Lucy does not get a high-vis vest.
I was born ready.
Lucy snorts. She hands you a trash grabber, disposable gloves, and a trash bag, and gestures over to a grove of trees far across the park, situated near a fountain. We're over there. It's prime picnic territory, so we have our work cut out for us. You nod. Out of the corner of your eye, you catch a few people watching you and Lucy. Lucy gives them a wave, and they wave back. They must be the other volunteers she worked with. There's probably no one from your old church here, but you turn away quickly anyway, uncomfortable.
Does this turn into an actual picnic, Lucy?
Lucy is getting sneaky. You catch Lucy watching you, a little furrow between her brows. She gives you a quick smile, then continues to lead the way forward. Even before you reach the grove, as you meander along the path, Lucy does her job. You pick up trash closer to her so you can put them in her bag more efficiently. You think you make a pretty good team. Something catches your eyes in a patch of dirt, and you drop to a crouch. You sift through to extract two smooth, almost perfectly heart-shaped rocks.
Would you look at that?
You feel Lucy crouch next to you. What are you doing? You scrape more dirt off, a smile tugging at your lips as you're lost in a memory.
When I was a kid, like really little, before all the harvestman stuff, my parents used to take us to the park. No weird religious agenda or anything, just here to play with us. My brothers and I had this game.
Lucy's attention is gentle and warm on you. When you look at her, she nods silently, urging you to continue.
We'd look all over the park for the coolest rock. Shape, size, color, strange moss growing on it, a weird bug stuck to it. It was all fair game. Whoever found the best one would win, and the winner would get to pick what we would have for dinner.
Lucy laughs softly. Did you win a lot?
Nah, we let Bricker win most of the time, or we never hear the end of it. Though, if we judged fairly, yeah, I definitely would have won.
Lucy hums. She reaches out and touches one of the rocks gently. I'd say you're winning right now. These are some great rocks. Your chest fills with warmth. Seized with a sudden courage, you take Lucy's palm and drop one of the rocks in it, closing your hand around it. Her skin is cool and soft against yours.
You can keep one. It could be like a token.
A token of what? Us, 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 us. Lucy doesn't seem to have expected that. Her eyes widen and she blushes. To us. You click your rocks together. Thanks, Kristen. I'll treasure this.
Okay, I've distracted us long enough. Let's get going.
You reach the grove a few minutes later, and the circle of trees, even with the shriek of your happy families nearby, it feels like you and Lucy are secluded in your own private space. A tension you hadn't realized you'd been carrying releases from your shoulders. You begin picking up pieces of trash near your feet, although you remain wary, glancing around the park every few minutes to ensure that you're still alone. You and Lucy work in tandem for a few minutes in silence. It's surprisingly meditative. Your mind flashes to Kipper Lily, whom you've seen picking up trash for community service with her perpetual pissed off expression. You chuckle under your breath at the memory. Copper, for your thoughts?
Just thinking of Kipper Lily.
Lucy's eyebrows raise in surprise. Oh?
She picks up trash for her community service requirement, right?
Yeah, we actually do it as an adventuring party sometimes. I have more fun than the others do, though. Lucy's lip twitches with a smile and at the skeptical expression on your face. You hasten to explain.
It's just... fun isn't quite how I'd put it. Honestly, if I think about it, I'm probably more on Kipper Lily's side. Doing this every week seems like a pain. You clean, and then people throw their garbage everywhere, and it gets messy again. Doesn't that, make you mad?
Lucy thinks about that for a moment, stooping to pick up a few matches off the ground and dropping them into her trash bag. Matches in the park, oh god. I guess now that I think about it, I do get annoyed that people don't respect the environment more. It's fucking...
Which motherfuckers?
Yeah, fucking dangerous. You give her a thumbs up in acknowledgement of the fact that she's admitted to a negative emotion. She grins back. But I still like doing it. I know it's not everyone's idea of a good time, but someone needs to get it done, and there's nothing like the satisfaction of seeing a patch of grass or a flower bed clean and healthy afterwards. You look dubiously at the grass around you, which is filled with plastic bottles, cans, wrappers, and cigarette butts.
You really think we'll get this whole thing cleaned up in a couple hours? Seems a little ambitious.
Lucy nudges you. I'm an expert. Trust me. You got it, boss. You got it, partner. No, we call Kipper Lily boss.
I do trust you.
Yeah, I think I do trust you. Your voice comes out softer than you expected. It reminds you of the tone Lucy had doing her haircut. Lucy goes still. She looks at you, and her cheeks darken. She seems to remembering that too. She doesn't look away. Neither do you. You both just stare at each other for a moment, smiling. You get back to it, falling into a rhythm. Lucy's right. With the two of you working together, the grove quickly looks cleaner and cleaner. It's encouraging. You try to pick up the thread of the conversation.
So, what's it like picking up trash with Kimberly? She doesn't exactly seem like she'd be a ray of sunshine about it.
Lucy laughs.
She does actively hate it, but I think she gets some satisfaction out of it too. That aside, it's been nice to spend time with her and catch up. We're working on getting to be friends again.
There's something in the way she says that last part that catches your attention. Something kind of wistful. You open your mouth, then pause, unsure if it's your place to ask. Lucy gives you a wry expression.
It's a little weird, I guess. You know, I used to have a crush on her.
Blimey.
You drop your trash picker. What? What? You make a noise without meaning to. Something between a squawk and a wheeze. And Lucy just shrugs like she hasn't turned your entire world upside down.
She's really kind of great once you get to know her, and I don't know.
Lucy drops her gaze, kicking some paper bags closer together so she can spear them with her picker. She seems strangely bashful.
Maybe I just have a habit of falling for my friends.
Wow, this book is smooth.
Wow.
It feels like the world falls silent around you. You stare at Lucy, tongue-tied, your heart leaping into your throat. Your face blazes with heat. The tips of Lucy's ears darken and she swallows. She still isn't meeting your eyes. No way, Lucy can't possibly mean. Can she? You clear your throat and open your mouth to speak, but nothing comes out. You close it. After another long silence, she finally looks at you. Whatever she sees in your face must reassure her somehow because she cracks with a smile.
Come on, we're almost done. Let's finish up and take a break. I brought snacks.
It is a picnic. It is a
She
fucking
did.
picnic. You blink.
This Trixie.
You blink, the moment broken. You take a few deep breaths to calm down.
Yeah, okay.
When you finish, Lucy leads you to a bench that you hadn't seen before, which faces the fountain. You sit shoulder to shoulder, your thighs pressed against each other, even though there's enough space on the bench for you two to sit apart. You try not to blush too hard. She pulls a couple of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches out of her bag and hands one to you. Your mouth waters and you dig in eagerly. You hadn't realized how hungry you were.
Man, these are so good.
You're only saying that because you just spent a long time doing manual labor.
No way. Lucy Frostblade, you are the world's best PB&J maker. This could be your backup career. I'll be your first and forever customer.
Lucy laughs.
I'll consider that.
As you lapse into silence again, you feel Lucy watching you. Her eyes are shrewd when you glance at her.
Not before your thoughts.
Lucy lets out a long, thoughtful sigh.
You know how I'm trying to be more direct with people, even if it leads to conflict or emotional weirdness?
You crack a smile at her phrasing.
Right, it's part of the new you.
Exactly. Right. Okay.
Lucy clears her throat nervously, but a determined expression crosses her face.
Kristen, are you okay?
What? Yeah, okay.
What?
I've just been noticing that, I don't know, you haven't seemed comfortable doing this community service stuff today. You seem kind of jumpy. Is something wrong?
I don't want to kill the vibe. Well, I'm kind of surprised you noticed.
Kind of surprised you noticed feels like admitting to it and being...
This feels like more vulnerable.
Yeah, I see that.
But, like, it also could be dismissive. Like, I don't want to talk about it.
It gives her a chance to be like, hey, We're being honest about things, remember?
Yeah.
I could see 2 or 3 both being.
Yeah. Because I'm not surprised she noticed. It's like, no, she, of course she noticed. She cares.
We can not kill the vibe then.
Hey, I'm here for you. Partners, remember? If something's bothering you, I want to hear about it.
I guess it's just that.
Right. Totally.
You take a moment to mull over what to say next, unsure how to put this weird tangle of emotions into words. Lucy's shoulder is a cool presence against yours, and you lean a little bit into her. She leans back, your arms press closer to each other. You smile to yourself, comforted. Hi, Bean. Are your ears gonna show up? Yeah, you can kind of see her ears on stream.
It's the little meow meow.
It's the little baby girl. She walked away for a little bit, then came back. Now she does not want to be uppies.
I used to do a lot more community service up till I entered Eggfort. Ran donation drives, helped out at food banks, did a ton of other stuff. All in the name of Helio.
Oh, babe. Oh, no, okay, it is cuddle time.
As is her right.
Thank you for the kisses. Your breath is stinky. Are you just gonna hang out? Sniff into the microphone. Okay. We'll play the game with her right here. I only need one hand. Oh no, she's leaving. Okay, we're good.
People's expectations of me were really suffocating. Like, it was never about the people I was helping, you know? It's just about Helio and me fulfilling my divine duties. Started to feel guilty about trying to help people when I didn't feel like I really was. I was just spreading the word of my God. And even though I've started to participate in it again, I guess part of me still associates community service with all that. Just feels wrong. Like I'm tricking people into believing I'm a good person.
Lucy's expression is solemn. She leans forward.
You are a good person.
You shrug.
You are. How many times have you saved the world at this point?
That doesn't count, though. I mean, I live in the world. Would have kind of sucked to let it end.
Lucy crosses her arms.
And how many other people do you think would have done what you did?
You're surprised into a laugh.
I mean, okay, probably not that many.
Lucy nods.
That's the reason I pick up trash. I care about nature, about the plants and the animals and the life around us, and I act to protect it and nature and nurture it in all the ways that I can. That's what being a good person is to me, and that's what you are.
You lean your head against her shoulder, moved. Her words are filled with conviction, as fierce as the day she had spoken to you about Ravina. She really, truly believes in you. And you think maybe you can believe her too.
Thank you, Lucy. I mean it.
Of course. Anytime, Kristen.
Eventually, you head back to the park and check in with the volunteer coordinator. You and Lucy give each other a quick hug.
Hey, you want to come over to my place next week? I live downtown.
Yeah, sure. What'll we be doing?
Like most of my dates, I live downtown.
I'll think about it and text you. See you then.
When you get back, you flop onto your bed, letting out a deep sigh. You hadn't expected things to get so introspective today, but you can't deny that you feel a lot better about yourself. It seems that this journey to help Lucy is more about learn more about herself is helping you too. You can't wait to uncover what you'll learn next. Someone's calling.
President
I wonder who it
Applebee's
is.
reporting for duty.
Even community service is fun with Lucy. I really, really like getting to hang out with her.
She likes hanging out with you too.
I could have guessed from today, but it's still a huge relief. Any other tips you can give me?
Honestly, just keep doing what you're doing. It's going great.
The stress of Kip is just like night and day with with Lucy. Lucy's a breeze.
Love you, bye!
Yeah. Lucy is so easy. Not that she's like, she's just
Can't
great.
believe you're calling your girlfriend easy.
Yeah. School.
The shul.
It's definitely the kind of feeling of like, I probably would, if we manage to kip flop, we can reload and just go with Lucy. I feel like we'll probably have that opportunity to us. But if we kip flop, we also maybe get to see something else. You've never been to Gorgug's senior workshop space before, but you're pretty sure it doesn't normally look like this. Pieces of paper have been stuck on the walls next to boxes adorned with various types of locks. The windows are covered with haphazardly taped up butcher paper, and the tool bench is suspiciously clear of all Gorgug's tools. So we can't just undo the door hinge screws? Gorgug's voice crackles over the speaker system he's screwed into the ceiling. He's in the AV Club's room, courtesy of Skrank, who helped program all of the crystal surveillance cameras temporarily installed into the room, and Riz, who had convinced Skrank to help Gorgug in the first place. You want to be Gorgug?
Sure.
Since I'm Riz, I guess.
I don't even remember what. It's just Zach.
It is just Zach. But what's your best Zach impression?
Not very good. Please don't destroy my workshop, Kristen. Don't want to pay the destruction fees Hopclap warned me about.
Oh, please. It can't be that much.
It's like 100 gold per incident.
Hey, Kip.
The door slams open. Kip really storms in, looking more irritated than you'd like.
Applebee's, what the fuck is this?
She furiously shoves a familiar piece of paper in your face.
So that's, yeah.
A note?
Hey, Kip. Did I say you could call me that? Come to the workshop by Hopclap's room during your free period. It'll be sick, I promise. What is that supposed to mean? And why did you just have Gutgak hand it to me like a piece of trash?
Because I wanted you to get the note, and he's the only one that knows how to find you?
You didn't even bother to make it an anagram. What am I supposed to do with this? Am I interrupting something?
He's working on his work. It's his work. He's like, am I interrupting anything? Gorgug core, for real. Kimberly jumps at the sound of Gorgug's voice over the loudspeaker.
And Soul Spring, where the fuck?
He's in the walls.
I mean, that's the most honest answer.
Adine turned him into that plant over there. He's a ghost now. This feels like it maybe doesn't have any bearing on
I
anything.
like he's in the walls because she'll be like, he can't fit. If there's anyone who cannot be in the walls, it is him.
I like he's in the walls as well.
Really?
That makes no fucking sense. His voice was nowhere near muffled enough to be in the walls. You got me. I'm actually a god now. I'm talking to you from inside your head. Okay, knowing you bad kids, that's actually a plausible explanation. But there hasn't been another apocalyptic event in the past few days, so I'm going to choose to believe it's also a lie. Wow, saw right through me. Good work.
Ugh, whatever.
Don't fucking mock me.
No, that was genuine. That's Gorgug. Oh, and there goes her walls again. You'd hope she'd gotten comfortable enough with you to keep them down, but apparently the indignity of not having to crack some sort of code to meet you here is enough to overcome that.
Cool. Sick.
Anyways, now that she's here...
Wait, Kristen? We were waiting for Kipper Lily? Really?
Sorry, what was that?
Why else would she be here?
Can I at least learn what this is about before I have to listen to the two of you argue over my presence in the room?
There's a pause, then Gorgug sighs deeply, directly into his microphone. Rude.
Yeah, sure. So, I don't know how much you know, Kipper Lily, but this is for my multi-class capstone. It's a bit hard to explain since I can't just do a dance recital like Fabian's doing. I get it. I've been watching Ivy prep for the great hunt she has to do for hers.
Is she a fighter ranger, or is she just a ranger?
She was a fighter ranger because I thought she was going to be the Phala build, remember?
Right! She's Arcane Archer and Gloomstalker. But is she also... She's not a rogue, though.
No, she didn't have any rogue.
No.
Right, so Barbifister is a bit weird because it's hard to find anything that's both about rage and engineering. Mr. Hopclap's been helping me come up with something that could work, but I need people to test it. Just spit it out, Thistlespring. What's this capstone of yours and why does Applebee's think I should be here for it? I'm getting to that. Well, at least the first half. I can't explain Kristen. That makes two of us.
Well, fucking no thoughts, head empty. There's nothing going on in there. Hey now. They ignore both of you. Rude.
This is a combination escape/rage room. The black tape on the ground shows where things should be destroyed and where they really shouldn't be.
This is the other thing that I was talking about, that like Lucy and Kip Routes both mention rage rooms.
Please don't break things on the escape room side. I have to fix all of those by hand. Everything on the rage room side can be easily mended, so no need to worry there. The tentative story is that you've just defeated an evil artificer and you have an hour to go through his workshop, destroying his works in progress, and figure out where he's keeping his notes on how he made everything. Any questions?
For the first time since you started hanging out with her, Kipper Lily is shocked speechless. She looks around almost numbly, clocking the black tape Gorgug pointed out as well as all of the little trinkets she's arranged with paper signs designated the puzzles she's come up with. She then she turns to you. Discern me anywhere brownie points. Stop it with the point system. No point system. Kimberly is her own woman. Surprise.
Oh, what do you think?
I like surprise. It's like sneak attack.
Sure.
I did my own sneak attack. Ain't that cool, Kipper Lily? I did my own sneak attack.
Look at that, Kipper Lily. I wanted you to come do something fun with me.
I wanted you to do something fun with me.
I mean,
That sounded like an impressed
I'll take that as a no on the questions. A few other things to quickly go over. I'll be watching and listening in on you to make sure everything goes smoothly, but I'll only say something if it looks like you need a hint.
Huh. Is that so?
I won't. We'll not be needing any hints.
Wow, she's just like you for real.
Are you sure? It's fine if you do. We will not be needing any hints, Thistlespring. Right. The door to the classroom automatically locks when you hit the button next to it, which will also start the timer. If you need to get out in an emergency, break the door down. Feel free to start whenever.
Without even consulting you, Kipper Lily springs to the wall and slams the flashing red button. The door's lock clicks into place as a screen on the wall blinks and begins counting down from 1 hour with flashing red digits. My, someone's eager. Almost like someone else new inviting you here would be a good idea.
Okay.
Kipper Lily doesn't respond with that. Or doesn't respond. In fact, she fully ignores you, completely absorbed by the puzzles neatly taped throughout the room next to different locked boxes that Gorgug has helpfully labeled things like alchemical reagent chest, safe, and IDK fridge maybe. After a couple of tries, you give up on trying to catch her attention. You turn to the puzzle. Surely you can do at least one of these. It's not like Gorgug was expecting an escape room fanatic as a playtester. What do you do first? The chest is in on the rage room side, which means it's probably not a mental puzzle to solve. Might as well give it a go. The safe might be on the escape room side, but it doesn't look like it's got a written puzzle associated with it. Maybe you can break into it. Hey, Gorgug, any hints? No. No. The safe might be on the escape room side. The chest is on the rage room side. I feel like we let Kipper Lily do the breaking and entering. And we do the
smashy smash?
We do the smashy smash. Cassandra says take initiative, though. But I think this also...
If you'll remember, we're stupid.
We're so stupid, but we have a good strength. Maybe we can break it. Aha! The lid is a wooden frame with paper stapled to it to make it look more solid. You punch through the top and triumphantly take out a compass that's been modified to point west. What's gonna be in the fridge?
You should open it to see. No, we can't open it yet. It's definitely a mid-game puzzle that requires at least two of the early ones to even begin cracking. How did you manage to figure that out? It's been like 5 minutes. I mean, it's a clear example of a Hill cipher, so I'd need to figure out both the original matrix and the multiplicative factor. It would make sense to put those in the same place, so I assumed you basically required those two puzzles to be solved.
You've gotten good at catching Kipper Lily off guard. This might be the first time she's done it to you.
Gotta hand it to you, Thistlespring. These puzzles are pretty complex for a newbie to have written. They're nothing like the ones in a typical room kit, and they're not the baby riddles you'd expect from a non-rogue. Thanks? Riz helped me with some of the initial research, but Mr. Hopclap's the main guy who worked on the rest with me. What does Gak know? He hasn't even hit double digits on escape room completion yet.
Having recently become acquainted with Kipper Lily's aggressively competitive side, you're not surprised she's found yet another rogue-adjacent activity to quantify into something she could theoretically earn first place in. Gorgug sits in what you assume to be baffled silence, since he hasn't had the same luxury. You continue to try to be useful, picking up objects and looking underneath to help them, or beneath and around them for clues, while Kipper Lily darts back and forth, occasionally stopping for a couple of minutes to pore over a puzzle or write something down in a notebook you hadn't noticed before. Sometimes she picks up something on a table for her to check, which would feel a lot nicer if she's even once thanked you for her work. Hey, what about this book?
Checked it already.
Okay, maybe something else. You try to find something neither of you have searched through while Kipper Lily approaches the fridge, looking back and forth between her notes before inputting an answer. Nope, the door stays locked, and Kipper Lily turns back with a frown. Hey, have you looked at this?
Yes.
You frown a little before putting your hands on your hips and trying to decide what to do next. Open some drawers and one of the cabinets. Have a closer look at some of the objects you already checked. Try to look over Kipper Lily's shoulders to see her notes. Those are her notes. She'd feel like you're cheating. I feel like
maybe
she's looked at all of them already. I think
she has, surely. But yeah, I think that was good.
Yeah.
Maybe perceptiveness will be better.
Yeah. You double check to see if you've missed something. We're also using like Kristen's actual build to try to figure this out because she's got a high whiz. She's got good perception. Theoretically, it's probably better than Kipper Lily's. You double check to see if you've missed something because rogues are intelligence, not wisdom. You've missed something, but don't turn up anything new. At least you can be confident you don't need to look at those things again. At a loss, and with Kipper Lily obviously engrossed in whatever bonkers math she's doing, you wandered to the rage room section. You and Kipper Lily found clues by cracking a few things open, but there's still plenty of tempting breakable objects everywhere. You peek inside a collection of glass vials marked with the names of different potions. Healing potions, strength potions, speed potions. Right there. Inside one of the vials marked as being a potion of greater healing, you can spot a folded up pieces of paper. Picking up a vial quickly reveals no easy way to open it. It's blocked by a cork that's been pushed in far enough that you can't pull it out. That's fine, though. You know exactly what to do. You grin as the glass shatters against the wall, Kimberly jumping nearly a foot in the air on the other side of the room.
What the fuck?
Shit, Applebee's.
I love when they use the romantic what the fuck. Or what the fuck pause. What? It's for a clue. Kimberly's frustrated look at being surprised quickly flickers into a hopeful excitement when you present the strip of paper. She scribbles more notes for a second before running back to the fridge. No dice, though.
Damn it.
She stomps one foot on the ground with a huff, tucking the clue you found into her pocket. Hey, maybe I can take a look? Kimberly gives you a withering expression.
You know how to multiply a vector by the inverse matrix?
Sorry, what was that?
You should probably be somewhat offended by how she obviously assumes you don't know anything about what she's talking about. Fortunately, you only kind of know what she's talking about, which wouldn't be enough to solve the problem. Math homework is pretty low priority on your list, and it's never been one of your strong suits. She takes your lack of an answer as admission of ignorance and folds her arms.
That's what I thought.
Exactly, so let me handle this.
You open your mouth to respond, but she's already flipping through a new page in her notebook. Kimberly frantically starts to scribble again, growing more agitated by the second. She might be better at algebra than you, but she's obviously stuck, and not likely to get unstuck anytime soon, based on how hard she's pushing her pen into the paper. Maybe a brief distraction could help. Why don't you just go destroy more potion vials?
There's no need for me to destroy more of those fucking vials. We already got the clue there.
So, you can still destroy them. Gorgag sighs into the mic again, but very noticeably does not contradict you.
Huh?
Gorgag, you gotta not. She seems confused. Only one thing to do. You walk across the black tape, gingerly stepping over pieces already covering the ground, and throw one of the empty vials on the floor. It shatters on impact, glass clicking as it bounces off the pre-existing shards. Kimberly keeps staring. You destroy another vial. She puts the cipher down and walks over to you as if in a trance.
You can just break things?
Yeah, that's the point of a rage room.
You can break things and no one cares? I care, but mostly I care all about all the work you're going to make me do later. I don't care if you break the shit I told you to break.
Kimberly looks up at the speaker on the ceiling, and then at the blanket of glass shards underfoot. She hesitantly steps on a larger pile of them. They clink loudly as they smash into smaller, deadlier pieces.
You can just break things.
Hell yeah, you can. A switch turns on. Kimberly whips around to the remaining vials with a frenetic look in her eyes. She grabs one with each hand, winds up, and throws them against the wall where they explode like in a flurry of sparkling bits. Hell yeah, Kimberly. I want her to pick up one with her
And
tail.
that's another point to Kimberly Copperkettle.
Yeah, and that's another point. That's a little bit of fun fact. There's two different takes that the Kip team asked me to mash together, and I was very proud to see that someone made fan art of specifically that line, and like her giving it like a fun little smirk. I was like, yes, I made that line sound good. But Jay also did a fantastic job. Kimberly huffs, which turns into a quiet chuckle and then into a genuine laughing fit. She hutches in on herself, stomping a foot and giggling wildly as more glass breaks. I even listened to it so many times that I had to send it to the Kip team and was like, does this sound like two different takes? And they were like, no, it sounds like one thing. Like, it sounds like she's like kind of slightly pausing for effect. Like, great, perfect. I love it.
So inspiring.
You seem to be feeling better. Kimberly laughs again in response. She leaps back across the room and starts fiddling again with the lock she'd been practically throwing at the wall out of frustration. Well, she's pretty occupied with that. You look around the room for anything else that might help get you out of there. One of the desk drawers is still closed. There's a lamp that hasn't been turned on yet. Maybe Gorgug's written something on the walls.
Turn on a lamp. Seems like
I
maybe.
think the lamp, yeah. Oh, there's a number written on the inside of the lampshade. You don't know if it'll help yet, but that's exciting. Maybe that's the second half to the thing that Kimberly was talking about.
How much time do we have left?
You glance at the clock. Just over 36 minutes. Kimberly's head whips up and she stares at you horrified.
We've been in here for 20 minutes already?
We've done a lot. Well, you've done a lot. I've done my best.
Fuck. Shit, we should be closer to halfway done.
These things usually steamroll. Sometimes you struggle at the beginning and then it just steamrolls.
Technically, you don't know what counts as halfway done. Shut the fuck up, Thistlesprain.
Apparently, time limits are a rogue's worst nightmare. Kimberly immediately becomes dangerously frantic, her mind moving in overdrive as she popcorns between 5 different unsolved puzzles. Though she still jumps into the rage half of the room and smashes more random props when she gets too overwhelmed. Does it really help that much? Kimberly jumps as if she forgot you were there at all. She whips around and stares at you wildly, a book half torn in her hands.
There could be a clue hidden in the bindings.
You politely don't point out how stupid that sounds. What's tripping you up?
Why do you want to know?
I don't know how to tell you this, but I'm also locked into this room. Plus, I thought this would be fun for you. What's got you so stressed out? Kimberly maintains her haughty glare for another few seconds before deflating slightly.
Stupid riddle. Something about the only kind of ship that can't ever be sunk.
Whatever.
Just doesn't make any logical sense. Nothing can be unbreakable 100% of the time, and I can't think of a single type of watercraft specifically designed to stay afloat no matter what. Even something like a raft is known to capsize if you put too much weight on it. And it can't be anything too specialized because if it is, that assumes a level of pre-knowledge that most escape rooms don't hold for their participants.
Kimberly. She snaps her jaw closed and turns to stare almost desperately at you. It's wordplay. The answer is friendship. Kimberly stares at you, her eyes wide. I could also be the hangman, I guess. It's a boat sometimes.
Not the hangman.
Hey, I thought we said no hints.
Does that count as giving a hint?
Kimberly doesn't acknowledge you're and Gorgug's bickering. She mutely turns back to the puzzle, carefully arranges one of the letter locks to read friendship, and stares when the lock quietly clicks open.
Color me impressed, Applebee's.
How did you know that would work?
It's Gorgug. Guy only ended up stuck with us because he tried to give someone a tin flower on the first day of freshman year and got punched in the face for it.
Fabian still hasn't apologized for that. Huh, classic Seacaster.
Kimberly opens the panel behind the friendship lock and pulls out a piece of cloth. When she shakes it out, there's a series of holes cut into it that she immediately lines up with a poster framed on the wall. She studies the modified poster, which now features numbers in red and white circles.
This means nothing to me.
Maybe I can help. This earns you another glare, but seems almost half-hearted. It's encouraging, at least.
There are 3 numbers for each caller, so it's probably a puzzle for a set of 2 3-digit locks.
Maybe that's what's in the fridge? We haven't gotten to open it yet. Kimberly seems to have forgotten about the fridge, since reminding her of it is enough to get her to whip back around and flip to her indecipherable notes on the cipher.
Okay, so there's the clue on the lamp, which is one of the 2 numbers needed. But there has to be a second that was hidden behind something at this stage, because otherwise there's no way to solve it.
She falls into muttering, her eyes darting around as she reviews all of the possible clues she uncovered. Finally, she glances at the panel that had been held closed by the friendship lock.
Is there a number written on the inside of that door?
What?
Could you just fucking check? You're like right next to it.
Would you look at that? You had no idea how either of you could have missed it the first time, but 24 is clearly written on the panel door.
I'll be honest, I expected that to trip you up for a bit longer.
That's what I thought.
Rule number 38 of escape room design, there's always a hint hidden where there's another clue. It's a built-in diversion that distracts from the easier to find one.
Kimberly solves the cipher without much more commentary and throws the fridge door open. There's a note taped inside the fridge, as well as 2 locked boxes with numeric keypads beside their front panels. Immediately, Kimberly scowls.
Oh, these kind of safes are the absolute worst. If you try to open them too many times, they go on lockdown for a set duration, so you better solve them first try.
1 to hinder, 1 to help. Go in order.
Are you fucking kidding me?
And now, what the fuck does that mean?
You glance up at the timer. 7 minutes left and ticking. If there's ever been a time for you to have a breakthrough, now's your chance. We're going to lie instead of just straight up giving us a hint. We could just try all the combinations anyways. Maybe it's something to do with us as players.
No, because he didn't know about that.
Oh, he didn't know that it was Kip and Kristen. I think... hear me out. What if we get Gorgrik to lie to us instead of straight up giving us a hint? This feels like we're thinking like Kip or Lily.
It does.
But she also, like, it feels like also skirting around the hint thing.
Mm-hmm. It feels like cheating.
Maybe it's something to do with us as players.
Can we look at the hint again?
What do you mean?
Like, go back in the dialogue to look at what the hint was?
1 to hinder, 1 to help, go in order.
Hmm. I don't think there's much to go on for these answers.
Yeah. I think it's the last one.
Yeah, we could
Like,
try it.
I don't think it's specifically Kipper, Lily, and Kristen. I think it's something to do with, like, the players just generally.
Okay.
Maybe something for us to do is something to do with us as players.
A personalized escape rage room? Would that make sense? Though I guess Thistlespring knew you'd be the one solving it.
Oh, it is personalized. Okay, I do want to note a personalized escape rage room. I've done that. I've done it in a personalized escape room. That fucking happened to me and Nat, and we couldn't figure it out because it had Nat's name, and we were like, "What? What is this? What like? I don't understand how this could be." We got nail eat, and they had to like really push us to the fact that it was Natalie.
So funny.
Read the 2 lines again, over and over. 1 to hinder, 1 to help. Is it meant to be 2 unrelated things that can mirror each other? Kimberly looks just as confused as you, but surely is a common enough thing that Gorgrig felt comfortable writing a puzzle about it. So what do you know better than her? What would you, and Gorgug for that matter, have studied that she doesn't have any reason to know more about? I think I've got it. I'm trying to think. Gods? As above, so below kind of thing? I'm trying to think of like other things that happened in
Friends?
Friends. One to hinder, 1 to help. I have no idea. Demons? Well, no, she went to hell.
Well, spill then.
It's about spells, like parallel spells, you know? 2 versions of a similar spell and concept or name that go hand in hand with each other. Yeah, okay. Because Gorgug knows spells because he's an artificer, and Kristen knows spells because she's a cleric, and Kipper Lily's an arcane, or not an arcane trickster, she's just a mastermind.
Mm-hmm. Inflict wounds.
I'm not familiar with a lot of spells, but there are a few pairs clerics can cast. I think Cure Wounds is one, but I don't remember the other one it's paired to.
That's pretty useful as info then.
But there's one pair I've used before, Bane and Bless. Kimberly's eyes light up.
That would match the hint. Bane makes it harder for a target to hit someone, and Bless makes it easier, right?
Yeah, it would match the hinder and help thing. And I think if you meant the Cure Wounds pair, then it would be 1 to heal rather than just help. I'm kind of stuck from there, though.
They're spells. What are their components?
Ah, jeez. I think Bless can be cast with holy water. I'm not sure about Bane. Kimberly sighs loudly.
Thistlespring, what are the material components for Bane? There's just one. It's something we've all got in us right now.
Hatred?
Blood.
Is that a piss joke?
What the fuck?
Why the fuck would it be a piss joke? It has to be something red, right? Is it blood?
Is it pee? Wait, yeah, I think that rings a bell. I forgot that Bane's fucking spell component is blood. What the hell?
20.
Kimberly bolts over to the safe. She identifies which matches which spell and quickly inputs the right numbers in ascending order, making the screens by the keypads flash green and disengaging the safe door locks.
And that's another point to Kipperlily Copperkettle.
Kipperlily whips back to you, her ponytail's in disarray, and her hands are covered in tiny cuts from all the glass she was throwing around, but she's smiling widely. Hey, Gorgug, you didn't make breakaway glass? You didn't make this breakaway? What the fuck is wrong with you, Gorgug?
He used what he had on hand.
Oh my god. You've seen a hint of this smile before, and her eyes when she high-fived T100 in the corners of her mouth right before she decided to call Riz gloating. It's a simple delight that she doesn't bother to hide behind a smug look for once. You've never seen anything like this before. I think you want to see it. You think you want to see it again.
We got it, Kristen.
She said Kristen!
She said we.
She said we! She flings the safe doors, brings the safe doors and extracts a skeleton key from one of the notebooks, and a notebook piece of masking tape on the cover that reads secret plans no one opened from the other. You open it. Are these Cloaca's blueprints?
It's just my your notes. Shh, I haven't gotten around to making the actual props yet. Fuck the notebook. We finally have the key to the final lock.
Kimberly runs over to the decorative lock right next to the door of the classroom. She opens it with a flourish, her smile melting into a more familiar grin at the contents of the box it was hooked onto.
Self-destruct code 1644.
She leaps up to the keypad next to the red button and start the game. When she enters the 4 numbers, the button blinks green, a triumphant air horn echoes from somewhere, and the timer stops.
Kipperlily Copperkettle wins again.
And with a whole 2 minutes to spare, another victory for the scoreboards.
You never knew Kipperlily was the type to hop out of excitement. Today has just been a whole list of firsts, it seems.
Congratulations. Is that a record? You were the first people to try it, so yeah, I guess. The door should be unlocked now.
You go over to the exit door and open it, exaggerating a goofy bow as Kipperlily goes through. She's in such a good mood, she just goes through without a single snarky comment, giggling to herself. Kipperlily still hasn't quite been able to banish the smile from her face as she collects her things. When she goes to shoulder her backpack, she freezes.
Oh, right.
She unzips her bag, takes out a mysterious plastic container, neatly lined with paper towels, and shoves it at you.
Mom said to give these to you.
There's an ad. Well, thanks. I mean...
Let's never speak of this again.
Shut up. Never mention it again.
From her mom.
Anyhow, are you doing anything next week?
Oh, I'm supposed to, look for actual venues for the spring fling. Apparently the planning committee wants me to bring them suggestions to choose between. I was going to check out the steel mill.
Really?
Absolutely the fuck not. I'm not going to a dance held at a decommissioned factory.
Well, then where do you suggest? Kimberly hesitates.
Well, there's a garden in the park that's taken care of by our local druid guild. It's weather controlled to make sure that the roses are always blooming. Pretty popular place to take photos for big events. Oisin and Ivy dragged us there for We Made a Party photos in freshman year. It's definitely not big enough for a school-sanctioned dance, but it's a decent venue for a smaller event.
That sounds pretty nice, actually. You'll have to show me.
Oh.
Kimberly looks at you for a long moment before turning away, playing with some of her loose hair that hides most of her face from view.
Sure. Just text me a good time.
Yes, Kipperlily.
So I can text you whenever now?
Don't push it.
She folds her arms, but after a moment, she sighs.
Color me impressed, Applebee's.
This was fun.
She leaves before she has to sit in the reality of giving you a genuine compliment for longer than a second. The room is silent as the door swings shut. You open the Tupperware Kipperlily gave you to find a dozen neatly cut and wrapped brownies, along with a note. Dear Miss Applebee's, thank you for treating my daughter with such kindness and warmth. She speaks of you often, and her father and I look forward to hearing any more silly stories with the two of you. XOXO, Mrs. Copperkettle. Ah! That's incredibly sweet. You have the feeling that she has a very selective memory when it comes to Kipper Lily, sometimes cutthroat practicality.
Kristen,
What's up?
you have to tell me the truth. Were you using my final as a date?
Were you? You didn't think you were, but if Gorgug thinks you were, then... Holy shit! I mean, he is the greatest wizard of our time. Sorry. I was gonna say he's a little bit oblivious, but no, he's the greatest wizard of our time.
He's also got some of the most game of the party.
That's true! He definitely fucks the most of any bad kid. Gorgug sighs again. Surely he's tired of doing that.
Brownie tax for making me the third wheel of the two of you.
Not a chance, bucko. I feel like that went well.
I do too. So, do I get a brownie?
Yeah, no, not you two. Can a girl enjoy the brownies she got from a maybe date?
Can't a godex get a reward for pushing you towards a girl you're maybe dating to get said brownies to begin with?
And by the looks of
And by the looks of things, I'm sure you'll get more brownies from Mrs. Copperkettle in no time.
Fine, you win this time.
Ooh la la.
Yippee!
Yeah, that's good. I feel like we're doing well. I feel like we won't kip flop. Maybe.
Ooh la la.
Hold on. Let me There was someone that like took a screenshot of their save gallery, and it was like all the different Kipper Lily dates, and then the one down here just said Lucy. And nothing else. I was like, that seems about right.
Good morning, Kristen. It's another beautiful week here in Elmville and another exciting week of dates.
I am remembering why I don't Wednesday. I forgot that there's a reason why I canceled Wednesday streams. It's because there's just never anyone around, but that's fine. Just mostly doing this so we can have the VOD, because there are actually people watching the VODs, which is cool.
Do it for the VOD.
Do it for the VOD. Yeah, let's check it. What are you, my own personal romantic weather deity? Weather deity? Weather deity.
Mm-hmm.
We all did die. Cloudy with a chance of smooches, am I right?
Youch, that was a little corny.
Blimey.
Corny? Low blow, dude. I'm still dealing with all that residual trauma.
Oopsie. But, on to more important things. Where are you thinking of starting your week?
More important than my clearly unresolved issues with corn? For shame, cast for shame.
Come on, Kristen. What about finding a love interest or else? Plus, we have the Elmville Spring Fair this weekend. You don't exactly want to spend the day alone, do you?
So that's, yeah.
So, about that date.
Let's see what the stars
Couldn't
think.
agree more. Where are we headed?
Yeah. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Rose Garden would be nice for the spring fling. Oh God, is it outside?
I mean, if it is, she's the only one there.
That's true. She's riding you over, and she's in downtown. Where did we hint that the group date was? Do you remember?
It's somewhere in my brain.
I can't fucking remember.
It wasn't at school.
It wasn't at school. I think it was also downtown.
You might have also been downtown. We can hit downtown first and see what happens.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, she's the only one outside, so. You nearly get lost. Oh, pottery!
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 You nearly get lost 3 times on your way to the pottery studio, but you make it there with a couple minutes to spare. Hey, Kristen. Oh, Kristen. I'm not here right now. I'm a ghost. I'm in your walls. As expected, Lucy and Kipper Lily are already there, As you hurry over to join them, you wonder if Lucy's punctuality is actually her own, or if it comes from being friends with Kipper Lily for so long.
Hello, Applebee's.
You're almost late. Alright, and Kristen here too. Almost, but not quite.
She rolls her eyes at you.
We were looking at the studio's display case. One of the resident artists here really likes making Klein bottles out of clay.
You learned that a Klein bottle is a weird conical thing with a tube sticking out of the top that loops back on itself, making the insides of the shape also the outside. You make what you hope are the proper awe-inspired noises at the near dozen someone just arranged on a large podium.
Honestly, they're showing off at this point. The first 5 were more than enough.
But then there wouldn't be any of these tiny ones.
Why do you even need a tiny Klein bottle?
That's Christian.
Why do you need a normal size Klein bottle?
Kipper Lily gives you a glare, but she doesn't seem to have an answer for you.
Let's go see if any of the wheels are open.
Kipper Lily and you trail after Lucy like a pair of ducklings as she goes up to the earth genasi, standing attentively at the giant kiln. A row of tables set in shallow basins with foot pedals line one of the walls, and there's a long table with matching benches on the opposite side of the room. At the very back of the room is a set of shelves half full of projects that have yet to be fired. Lucy procures 3-day passes for the studio's open workspace before marching the 3 of you over to a box of terracotta clay and gestures to it.
Well,
Lucy is the friend captain.
Yes, Lucy is the activity captain. And she apparently watches a lot of The Bachelor because she keeps setting up bachelor dates. You stare at her, then at Kipper Lily, then at the clay, and then at Lucy again.
Sorry, what was that?
Well, what?
Lucy's eyes light up with a touch of panic.
well, this was your idea, right? What do we do?
Yeah.
Slight problem.
That's what I thought.
She has no fucking clue what to do.
You give Kipper Lily a glare of your own. She raises an eyebrow, daring you to argue.
I've done it at summer camps and stuff. Just not, like, on my own, you know?
Well, that's better than us, right?
Whatever.
Right, sure.
Okay, so maybe you should have realized there was a chance none of you would know how pottery even works. That's okay. You can dig yourself out of this one. This was Kristen's idea. I forgot about that. Maybe you can ask someone at the studio before you get started. Surely there's like a video online. Maybe you rocked your brain.
No, not that one.
Nope.
Nope, not that one.
Let's ask. That feels like the easiest answer.
Oh, I'm sure Mr. Peppercorn is happy to help.
I mean, it's his literal job.
Oh, Peppercorn. Isn't that the... that's a student. That's an egg for a student. I vaguely remember, like, Jem Peppercorn was a senior, like, who was like 2 years older than them, and I think he's the one that was, like, had all the parties, and that Maisie was saying that because he graduated, Fabian needed to be the party house.
He was the one who stayed and ate through the entire first climax.
Right! Yes! Yeah! He was just at the gym eating. After a few moments of floundering, the 3 of you managed to get yourselves at pottery reels, clay firmly molded in place with water. Ma'am? Why are you scratching the bulletin board? Stop pretending that you're not doing that when I look at you.
What's next?
I assume we start messing with the clay.
Hey! You're not allowed. She screamed. She cautiously presses a foot down, startling slightly when the wheel promptly begins spinning clockwise. There's a spell rune to tap after the initial start to keep the wheel moving at a constant speed. And soon enough, Kipper Lily carefully manipulating the clay in front of her, her elbows balanced against her legs.
Well, you seem enthusiastic.
There's no... Hi, Selena. Hi, monster girl. Do you want attention? What's going on here? I don't know what you want from me. There's no response, not even a twitch of the cheek. Kimberly's particular brand of close attention is only concentrated on her clay. She's just kind of got a lot of... Oh, now we're smacking the blinds. Ma'am, is your bowl
Wow,
empty?
she's really locked in.
She is. Selena is very locked in to being a menace. What's that baby means? Is your bowl empty? Oh, it's not empty, but it does. You can see the bottom, which you know is a criminal offense. Little girl. Little butt girl. Okay. Should we check her for a pulse? The joke falls flat when Kimberly shows no sign of having heard either of you. Lucy shrugs at her lack of response and turns to her own wheel. She kicks it on with a couple firm presses to the foot pedal and is soon drawn to her own craft. You wonder if single-minded focus is a prerequisite for being a rat grinder. Then you turn on your own station. Alright, you've got a lump of clay, a turntable, and a dream. The clay is wet under your hands and it squishes at the slightest pressure. It slips away from you when you push a little too hard and juts out to one side, forcing you to turn the wheel off so you can crush it back down and recenter it. At one point, your creation collapses in on itself and you accidentally scrape too much of the lower half away and you have to start over again. When that happens, you wonder if it's too late to admit defeat. Maybe you can just bring Kipper-Lily's guinea pigs a carrot or something. What do you think? You look over to see a lumpy but serviceable bowl on the wheel. Lucy looks like she's just run a half marathon. Flyaways are stuck to the sweat on her forehead, and her forearms are an absolute mess of drying slip. She even has a streak of it drying on her knee. You have no idea how it got there. Justa?
Oh, I was muted. It looks nice.
No, it doesn't. But it was fun to make, so who cares? You glance down at your mass of unshapen clay.
Nice the spirit.
Lucy smiles fondly at you, even if, as the gymnastic you saw at the kiln comes over to help her take the bowl off the wheel. He says something about getting it ready for bisky fire? You're pretty sure you misheard that, though.
At least yours will be functional.
Even cowgirls get the blues.
Your lump of clay looks so sad. You can practically hear it cursing its rotten luck getting stuck with you. You draw a frowny face in it with your finger and half expect it to start berating you. Yours could be a toy. I'm sure the guinea pigs will have fun with it if you had fun making it. She reaches over to change the frowny face into a smiley face.
She's so cute.
Yep.
Well, that does look like a significant improvement.
It'll look even better with some color.
I think we have to do an initial fire today, but we could always come back to paint them and fire them again.
Oh, like a glaze? That might be nice. What do you think, Kip? No response. As you expected it, but Lucy clearly didn't. She seems surprised when she realizes Kipper-Lily is still locked in. Kipper-Lily? Kipper-Lily is too engrossed in ensuring the sides of her mug are perfectly straight and even. As you watch, her eyes narrow on some imperfection at the lip of the mug, and she carefully moves a finger to adjust it. She curses quietly when it overcorrects and sticks out in the other direction.
I could be sitting in your lap right now. She wouldn't notice.
I could be strangling you to death and she wouldn't even stop for photos. Kimberly continues to ignore you in favor of slowing the wheel down and introducing a fun groove at the bottom of the mug with a popsicle stick.
How annoyed will she be if I mess with her mug?
Very. You should do it.
Huh? Thought you liked having me around.
She wouldn't kill you over it. I think at worst she'll just storm out. Isn't that just as bad? Come on, it'll be funny at least. That's true enough. Okay, time to brainstorm a way to annoy her while also avoiding a sneak attack in the hallway. Wait for the wheel to slow down more than jab your finger at the mug. Flick water at Kimberly's face, quickly plug the lip of the mud as soon as she leans away from the wheel.
One of those is making her mess it up.
This one does make her mess it up, right?
Yes. Like, the rest of them is you very actively being, haha, I am fucking with your thing.
Yeah. I feel like this goes better if Lucy does it.
Yeah.
Lucy, you should be doing this, not me. I flick water at Kip's face.
I agree.
What the fuck?
Positive what the fuck. Yes.
What the fuck?
Kimberly flinches back, her fingers involuntarily flexing grooves into the side of the mug. Apparently messing with Kimberly's pottery is more than enough to catch her attention.
What the fuck?
What is your fucking problem, Applebee's?
Oh, fuck, she sounds absolutely pissed. And maybe a little heartbroken? You're definitely getting sneak attack before lunch. Might as well fully send it.
It adds character. It adds fuck all, you shithead. I'm going to have to start over.
You haven't said a word to us in close to 40 minutes.
And maybe I would have in another 10 when I was done making the stupid thing.
Kimberly pokes at the imperfection in her work. It's honestly not that bad. There's a slight divot in the side, but the clay was already pretty firm from how long she had been working on it. So it's not like the entire thing is caving in on itself the way your project had a while ago.
I'm going to have to start over. Fuck everything.
Oh, her bottom lip is poking out a bit. You actually start to feel a little regretful. You frantically look at Lucy. She was the one who told you to do it. She wouldn't have done it if she didn't think it would be fine, right? Lucy doesn't seem bothered. She shuffles her chair a little closer to Kimberly's wheel and takes a closer look at the allegedly ruined mug. It's going to take all the time we have left if you want to remake it, you know.
Well, we wouldn't have to worry about that if Kristen hadn't touched it.
She didn't touch it. We splashed water in your face. You touched it.
Hey, don't put it all on me. It was Lucy's idea.
It looks cuter when it's not perfect. Kimberly grumbles something under her breath, but her shoulders relax a little. You wonder whether she was really upset in the first place.
Yeah, it just makes it special. Plus, whenever you look at it, you can think of me. Just what I've always wanted.
Despite the sarcasm dripping from her voice, you're almost certain you can see a smile ghosting across her face before she glances away so you can't see it. A second later, Kimberly leans over and pokes another groove into the mug, next to your own imperfection. Kimberly grimaces and gives a small huff of disapproval, but doesn't attempt to stop her.
That warms my heart.
There. Now you can think of both of us. Kimberly rolls her eyes. She looks like she's about to fold her arms, but she remembers that her hands are covered in dried clay at the last minute. She clenches her fists and shakes off debris before leaning in closer for a close look at the mug.
Suppose it does look like an intentional design feature now.
Lucy lightly elbows you in the side, putting on a fake whisper tone that Kimberly can absolutely still hear. That means she likes it. It was so good to begin with. Even my -3 decks couldn't ruin it. Of course, we're artistic geniuses over here. Maybe she can stop being a professional. That's mean. I think this one plays into what Lucy was joking about.
That's fun, yeah.
This is very complimentary.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe too much for Kimberly. Right?
I don't know.
I think Kip likes us being goofy. She's not gonna admit it. Because we're not destroying shit. We're making it better.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not making fun of her name.
Yeah, that one's important.
Yeah. I like this one.
You're lucky artistic idiots is what you are.
She seems satisfied now, though. There you go.
So, you'll keep it?
Kimberly shrugs Lucy, as if she hadn't just made a big deal about it.
Would be a waste of time to redo it.
Well, we have another hour on our studio pass. Should we make something else?
What if, and hear me out, this is going to be stupid, isn't it? I promise if it is, I'm trying not to be.
Very reassuring, Kristen. You go to fetch another blob of clay, slapping it down on your turntable.
What if we made something together?
You get 2 very nonplussed stares in response.
Isn't that what we've been doing the whole time?
You've lost me, too.
I mean, yeah, definitionally, sure. I meant all 3 of us on one wheel at the same time.
Lucy perks up. Kimberly's eyes narrow.
I was right. This was stupid.
It could be fun, though. Kimberly gives Lucy a betrayed look that she ignores with a practiced ease. The other cleric drags her stool over to your wheel, leaving a gap for Kimberly to reluctantly fill herself in. She stubbornly avoids eye contact with either of you, staring at the clay instead.
So how do you imagine this is going to work? Well, maybe you could start the main body of the thing, since you're the only one who actually seemed to figure it out. And then we just kind of play it by ear? Oh, this is going to be a fucking mess.
So you've said. It'll be a fun story, though.
Ugh, whatever.
Kimberly scoffs at this, but that doesn't stop her from leaning over to start working on the clay. She scowls at you and kicks your ankle a couple of times to remind you to start the wheel up. The cross expression leaves as soon as she sets her hands on the clay. Almost immediately, her concentration takes all of her attention away from you and Lucy, and her eyes narrow as she carefully forms the clay into a puck in the center of the wheel. Her lower lip disappears behind her teeth as she digs her thumbs into the middle of the prepared clay and drags it out, slowly forming the beginnings of a rudimentary bowl. Lucy takes over the wheel after a while, her hands brushing against Kimberly's as she carefully shapes the walls of the vessel. Kimberly startles at the unexpected touch, but she doesn't move her hands away from the piece, opting instead to focus on the bottom half while Lucy does what she wants on top. Both of them glance up at you expectantly. Start at the top, just under Lucy's hand. Start in the middle between both of them. Start at the bottom around Kimberly's hands. Let's go for the middle. Well,
Yeah.
we like them both. Your hand doesn't fit perfectly between theirs, which means your pointer finger is almost glazing the back of Lucy's hand, and your pinky is awkwardly hovering over Kimberly's thumb. After a second, you timidly let your hand settle. Neither of the others shy away as you carefully press down on the clay, adding a series of slopping grooves along the side. You understand why Kimberly had been so focused on her piece now. There's something wonderfully meditative about watching the clay form into something under your hands, and there's almost a headiness to knowing that everything you see has been done by one of you. Even now, you watch Lucy carefully shape the taper of the vessel's mouth as Kimberly carves a line into its bottom. After a few minutes, you end up with a hand right in the middle, preventing it from falling over as they flit around the clay. When you finally turn the wheel off, you're left with, well, are we done?
Think so?
Kimberly leans in to examine the final result. The mouth swoops out, but Lucy had made it so thin that it half collapsed in on itself, widening the opening far more than she probably intended. Kimberly had intended for the bottom to taper into a rounded base, but at some point she accidentally straightened it into a sharp angle. You've done your best to keep your hand steady, but there's still a weird groove along the middle where your finger must have twitched while the wheel was still in motion.
What the fuck did we make?
I was going for some kind of vase, but it kind of looks like an urn without a lid.
That's a bit dark.
I guess an urn seems a little less natural than dumping a body in the woods. There's an awkward little pause. Then Kimberly snorts quietly to herself. Lucy beams openly, and that's enough to make you snicker.
If I die before either of you, you're not allowed to use this for my ashes.
Since when did you want to be cremated?
Since right now, to prove a point. Keep up, Frostblade.
Okay, so she does the last name thing with people she likes too. That's reassuring.
I think we should get it fired.
I don't know. I think he's doing a pretty good job.
Really?
That pun sucks shit, and you know it.
I've heard better.
Can't believe you both hate my ass.
Kimberly rolls her eyes as Lucy gives you the smile that you once thought was warm and kindly and now recognizes as she didn't grin.
I did mean what I said. We should get this fired, and when we come back for Kip's mug, we can glaze it.
Who says I'm coming back with either of you for that mug? You'll just fuck with it all over again, and then I'm gonna have to deal with explaining why I'm using the shittiest mug in all of Spire for the rest of my life. Aw, you're gonna use it for the rest of your life? You love us that much? Every day, I'm plagued by your existence. Why should we come back to glaze everything? Or when should we come back to glaze everything? The weekend?
Oh, we're actually busy this weekend. Karaoke night.
You guys have a karaoke night? It's important to team build with your party members. Though I think a few of them are flaking this month, so if you want to stop by, there'd technically be room. Aw, I'm getting an invite to a team building exercise? You sure know how to make a girl feel special. Don't read too far into it, it's just more fun with more people.
I'd love to see you there if you can make it.
I'll definitely try.
We're gonna keep hanging out in downtown.
Look at you. You're glowing.
Aw, that was so sweet.
So inspiring.
Did you like that rom-com ass move I pulled at the end there?
I did! I was cheering from the Divine Plains. We had popcorn and everything. Ravina says you should take her something. You should make her something next time, by the way.
Did you see how bad I was?
She likes pointless trinkets.
Okay.
Your sister-in-law is weird, Cass.
She's a great host, though.
Okay, and now we go downtown. And we save. I do think we did very well with that. I think that
I
was
agree.
good. We're being lulled into a false sense of of not flop. Lucy's house is in Tillering, an area you're only familiar with because Gorgug had spent a lot of time there when he and Zelda were still dating. But you're going to meet her at the community garden a street away. It's a pretty ordinary neighborhood, but it reminds you a bit of where you grew up. Oh God, you can almost hear your brother's voices among the kids playing, and you feel a pang of something that's almost nostalgia, but not quite. You manage to shake it off, though, because you see Lucy standing at the garden gates.
Hey, Kristen. Kristen, hello. Thanks for coming.
Lucy, hi.
Ah, Lucy, it's good to see you.
You give her a hug as has become routine for the two of you, and she softens into it, her arms coming up to hold you. You feel something hard press against your back, maybe a shovel? Definitely some kind of gardening equipment. You hadn't even noticed that she was carrying anything. You just stabbed me in the back with that, did you? Is that a shovel in your hand or you're just happy to see me? Should I have brought something? I gotta warn you, I don't know what we're doing here. That doesn't sound like confidence in the process.
I feel like the first one is the kind of joke she's been making.
Yeah, I feel like this is a Lucy joke. It's a shovel, Kristen. If I wanted to use this for a murder-related crime, I'd have already killed you. I'd use it to bury your body.
Yeah, makes sense. Stupid question.
No, you bring up a good point. Now, if I ever do need to kill someone, I'll use a shovel. It's such an unlikely murder weapon, nobody will suspect me. Is it weird that you think her face as she says that is cute? Oh, teleport. Lucy opens up the door and the two of you enter the gardens. There's a rows of little plots vibrant with greenery, a feast for the eyes. She navigates the maze of boxes, deftly leading you confidently through until she stops at a plot in the corner. This one's mine. I've been using it for, well,
forever, really. Or at least ever since my family moved to Elmville.
Where'd you live before?
My parents grew up in Frostheim. That's where I was born. We moved to Elmville when I was... She counts on her fingers, mouthing to herself. It's absurdly endearing. 6. So I've lived here most of my life, but I do technically have dual citizenship.
Cool.
I guess. I don't remember much before I lived here, though, so... Anyway, have you ever gardened before?
Not unless you count helping Zane clean the moss off his grave when it gets a little too messy for his taste.
I don't think it counts, no. There's a first time for everything, though. She shows you her tools one by one, explaining the function of each and handing them to you to observe. You're only half listening. Her enthusiasm as she talks is so cute, it's distracting. Pick up her trowel and swing it like a sword. Try to use one of them yourself. That's funny, but it also feels like we're not listening to her.
Yeah.
Yeehaw!
You swipe the hand rake through some of the dirt in Lucy's plot like she demonstrated. It makes a neat row of lines in the dark soil that are pretty satisfying to look at, so you do it again and again.
That's wonderful.
I'm glad you're having fun.
I am.
Once she's walked you through her gardening kit, she puts her equipment down and takes off her backpack. She rummages through it and pulls out a handful of seed packets and a massive book.
What's that for?
Lucy hands it to you so you can take a look. It's a leather-bound tome titled Floriography of Spire by someone named Florence
Fibbergibbet.
Flibbert Gibbet the 4th.
Flibbergibbet.
The 5th. The 6th? The 6th.
6. Try saying that 5 times fast.
You open up to a page at random.
The holly flower represents domestic happiness, while the hollyhock represents ambition. This is a flower language book?
It's called Floriography. It's sort of an interest of mine. Like I said, I've been growing plants in this for a long time. I do a different set every year. It's silly, I know, but I've always sort of felt like the flowers I plant each year represent who I am that year, or who I want to be.
Do we have some love flowers in here?
Every year that's wild. What did you want to be when you were 6? I don't think I could flower language my way out of a paper bag. I don't get silly at all. I think it's really wonderful. It's so you. There you go. There you go. Perfect.
You're so sweet. That means a lot to hear, Kristen. You're so sweet to say that. I've never actually shown my plot to anyone before, you know.
You're really special.
Lucy, this is such an honor. I don't know what to say.
She reaches out and squeezes your hand gently. You squeeze back. Like I said, Kristen, you're sweet, and I trust you. Freshman year, all I wanted to do was make friends. I was really lonely through middle school, but high school was
A fresh start.
a chance to meet people who liked me for me. That year I planted chrysanthemums for optimism and periwinkles for...
Wait, don't tell me. Look it up. Periwinkles for early and sincere friendship?
So inspiring.
Lucy, that's cute.
I promise I was not cute at 13, Kristen. Trust me. I was the most awkward kid alive. You would have hated me. Thank goodness nothing happened that year, because then I would have been the most awkward kid dead, too.
Nah, you were cute. That's a President Applebee's guarantee.
How can you be sure? You didn't even know me.
Yeehaw!
Not back then, but I know you now, don't I? You're plenty cute.
You watch with fascination as a blush starts to creep on Lucy's face. Does she know she's proving your point?
I could never hate you. Any version of you.
She blushes even darker, fidgeting with her hair, and clears her throat a few times.
You're proving my point, you know. But tell me more. What did you plant sophomore year?
Well, I've never felt luckier in my life than I did after meeting my friends freshman year, no matter what else happened after. People tell me I should hate them now or stop talking to them, but I refuse. I don't blame them, not really.
I get that.
Do you?
Sometimes when I see my little brothers, they say things that I know don't come from them. I know my parents still send them to summer camps run by the Harvestmen. Things they say are awful, and it hurts to hear them, but they're still my brothers, you know? They're so young. It's not their fault they got stuck with the family they did. No, it's not quite the same, but...
Lucy, one of the kindest people you've ever met, gives you the dignity of a quiet moment to compose yourself. When you've wiped your face a little and can meet her eyes, she continues. Sophomore year, I planted, well, honestly, so many kinds of flowers that it'd take forever for you to flip through and find them. There were one of two for each of my friends, and a couple for Cynthia for anticipation, tiger lilies for pride, that were what I thought was a good idea.
That's cold.
We all thought it was a good idea. But you know how well that went. For the first time in your friendship with her, Lucy looks a little bitter. It's not the expression that suits her face. You can't imagine what she'd look like if she'd actually been rage-starred. You know for certain that you're glad you'll never know.
You plant anything last year?
No, I never got the chance. When I came back at the end of the year, this was one of the first places I visited. So much has changed. I just wanted to be somewhere that I knew. But then I saw my plot again and it was empty. Everything I'd planted sophomore year had died. I don't know what I expected. Of course they'd died. I guess I was pretty lucky that it was still technically my plot and no one else had taken it over completely. But it felt so awful, like I was still dead. Oh, you're not dead. Hug her. Hug her? Let her talk through it, but give her a hug about it. It's pure instinct that leads you to wrap your arms around her, and she slumps against you, her chin resting on your shoulder for a long moment. This is actually the first time I've been here since then. I thought it might be easier if I brought someone I cared about with me. Glance over at the plot. She's right. The soil does look like it hasn't been watered in a while, and it's a far cry from the lush greenery of the rest of the community garden, but...
Blimey.
Look over there. What's that? Looks like there might be something growing.
Oh, there's a horse.
Oh, hi, horse.
There's a horse.
What are you doing here, horse?
Lucy's eyes widen with hope. The two of you head over to a corner plot where you spotted some handful of green shoots. Then she gasps. Look at the hearts in the trees. I'm just noticing this. Oh.
These are snowdrops.
These are Lucy.
No, never mind, that's you.
These are snowdrops.
Kristen moved.
Oh my goodness, these are snowdrops. They're the only flower I plant every year.
What do they represent?
I actually don't know. They're just my favorite. I sort of liked having a little mystery, I guess. That was a me suggestion. This was like one of our first conversations was everyone, gets a symbol to represent them, their character. As we see when we're picking out who we're going at the big week dates, or they have a 2 week dates. And we talked about gardening, doing a gardening thing. Maybe there's a flower, and I said snowdrops because those are my favorite flower, and they tend to represent. They tend to bloom first after a winter, and they're very resilient. And I just think they're neat. They're also crazy easy to draw.
Helpful thing in a thing like this.
Yes.
Amen to that.
Maybe we can look for them in the book now, though. Not to be superstitious, but if they're the only ones that survived, that has to mean something, right? You flip through until you find the appropriate chapter and page, and see what makes you beam as you read aloud.
So inspiring.
Snowdrops can represent many things, but are often used to symbolize new beginnings, rebirth, and the ability to overcome challenges. No wonder they're your favorite, Lucy.
You're really special.
You're not dead. And there was a part of you here the whole time. Still growing, waiting for you to come back.
That warms my heart.
There's a beat, and then you get the wind knocked out of you by an armful of frost giant. You hold her, rubbing circles into her back until she steps away, and she smiles at you with something in her eyes that you don't know if you've seen before.
So, Lucy Frostblade, who do you want to be this year?
Oh, I have a few ideas. Will you help me?
That's what I'm here for.
She lets go of your shoulders. Holy shit, she's been holding on to you this whole time. And picks up her watering can. I'm going to go fill this up. I'll be right back, and then we can get started.
Wait, before that, I have a question. You said you planted flowers for all your friends. Can I ask if you're going to, I don't know, plant a flower for me? What would it be?
Interesting.
There's a look of mischief in her face that's quickly becoming one of your favorite Lucy expressions, and a hint of whatever that was earlier, too. For you, I think I'd plant daffodils. Maybe pink peonies, too, and I'd plant pink or red orchids. No, don't look them up now. You're tempted to ask, or what, but you don't. This bossiness is a good look on her. I'm going to lend you this book. You're going to look them up later, and then next week, you're going to come over to my house and return it. Sound good? Lucy's a top.
I mean, if we remember earlier,
She
Kristen
was the top
took
of
the middle, she took the top, and Kipper Lily took the bottom.
The correct options. You shoot her a jaunty salute as she walks off, but you open the tome as soon as she's out of sight. What kind of cleric of mystery would you be if you didn't?
Daffodils for new beginnings, peonies for tenderness and gratitude, orchids for... Oh my god.
Yeah.
Pink
Wow.
or red orchids
Cool.
for love and romance. You're reeling a little, heart doing cartwheels in your chest, but you snap the book shut before she gets back. When she returns, you act like nothing's happened, but you can't stop smiling the entire afternoon. You go home with a skip in your step and a book in your hand, already thinking ahead to next week. There's no way you're missing another chance to see her now. Ah! I love Lucy.
Hi, Kristen. I missed you.
Cass, where can I get a bouquet of snowdrops and orchids without having to mess up Lucy's flowers?
What should I know? I'm a goddess, not a florist. That's a really good idea. It's nice to see you're both in sync. So, do you think you'll ask her to the spring fling?
That depends. Is this your way of telling me she'd say yes?
I can't give you all the answers. But if every date went as well as that one,
Most of them have with Lucy, yeah.
then I'd say you've got a good shot.
Okay. We're going outside now. I'm pretty sure. Can I save? I can't save right here.
I think it was outside, yeah.
There we
Because
go.
nobody else was there previously, and there is someone there now.
Yeah. Hey! We're back in the garden! I forgot that these are both garden days.
This music reminds me of, what was that game? Purgatory.
Oh, I have not played that. It is
It's
giving Sims 1 build music.
That too, that was the other thing.
Yeah. You get to the garden first. It gives you a little time to wander around before Kipper Lily gets there. She was right about one thing. It's way too small to actually host a spring fling, but it's big enough for kids to chase each other around without getting anywhere near the thorny rose bushes. There's even a family by a particularly nice looking set of peach roses having a picnic. You kind of wish you thought of that yourself. But you don't have time to dwell on that, because the girl of the hour arrives exactly 2 minutes before you told her to. Kimberly seems surprised to find you already there, but she walks over to where you're admiring the fluorescent orange rose.
Kristen?
That color is absolutely atrocious.
She said, Kristen,
Hey, Kip.
Ouch. I was just thinking that it matches my hair. Kimberly gestures for you to lean over so she can compare the two.
No, I'd say your hair is more coral than true orange. It's easier to look at.
Isn't coral pink?
What? No, if I was talking about coral pink, I'd be saying coral pink, not just coral.
Frankly, the word coral has begun to lost all meaning to you, which probably means it's time to move on. Oh, I have a present for you, actually.
Wait, really?
Ah, crap. You probably should have picked up a gift for her. She looks actually excited. It's not like she's bouncing up and down like she was last week, but she's standing slightly more alert and actually looking you in the eye. To everyone else here, it probably looks more like she's getting ready to sneak attack you again. Which she just might. Whoops. Well, in for a penny and all that.
Really?
Is this just my mom's container?
Don't worry, I washed it. The brownies were really good. I had to fight Gorgug to keep most of them after last week.
Huh? Yeah.
Kimberly stares at the plastic container for another 5 seconds before she shakes herself out of the disappointment and shoves it in the tote bag she brought. We've already fucked it and we didn't even get to choose.
Whatever. Is there anything in particular you wanted to see?
Where do you think we could sneak off by ourselves? I mean, where you think the best spot for photos are, right? Who do you think they'd have a gift store? I need to get you a gift right now.
I think that's too desperate.
Uh-huh. The first one, then?
Sure.
That's flirty. I haven't saved yet.
Sneak off? What do you mean sneak off? There's so much open space. It's not like we'd be particularly well hidden. Is that really what you were thinking about when I mentioned this place? What the fuck?
She's talking a little too quickly to hide how flustered she sounds. You graciously changed the topic. Okay, I think that was correct. Maybe, because she's got flustered. You said Oshina and Ivy wanted to come here freshman year for photos, right?
Yeah, apparently their parents insisted on taking photos here after their piano recitals. Neither of them play anymore, but they still like to come here for important occasions. Ivy's going to have her post-Great Hunt banquet here in a couple weeks. By the green roses over there. That should be fun.
Am I invited?
Not unless you get on her good side really quickly. Good luck with that.
I've gotten on yours, haven't I? Kimberly looks at you for a moment before turning away, darting a few steps ahead of you and acting pointedly distracted by various rose bushes. She stares at a bush covered in midnight blue roses towards the center of the garden. They seem to be popular. A lot of people take photos while they pretend to smell them. These are nice. Favorite of yours or something?
That's what I told them about Porter. Or that's where I told them about Porter.
You've managed to avoid that particular elephant in the room up until now. But Kimberly has apparently decided it's time to kick it squarely in the chest.
Didn't know anything about his scheming or his plotting, really. He found me poking around in the staff room hours after school ended, looking for any clues of...
Oh.
Sorry, had to sneeze.
Oh, okay. I was like, what happened? You fucking got shot?
Any clues of Eugenia's existence.
Oy.
Instead of yelling at me or giving me detention or whatever, he laughed and told me I had a spark that a lot of kids at school were lacking. He told me our party could be great adventurers if we let him help us.
Yikes!
Egg on my face, I guess.
Oh,
Looking back, it was all bullshit, but...
egg on my face, I guess.
Not cool.
Remember the moment you found out Coach Daybreak, a man who watched you grow up under the light of the god you've since abandoned, was preparing you to be a tool of his apocalypse. Having a hellmouth put inside you is a much harder sell than being rage-starved, but Daybreak didn't try to convince you it'd be a good idea. Make sense? We were all stupid kids once.
Stupid. Yeah.
Wait, no, that came out all wrong. I didn't
Just
mean...
leave me alone, Applebee's.
I get it, Kristen. Shut up before you dig yourself a bigger hole.
The blue roses' latest admirers drift away as they find each other in other interesting flowers.
Every time I see that shrub, I want to set it on fire.
Then let's go look at it. Kimberly gives you a look that says she's questioning your sanity, but you've got very good at ignoring it. Exposure therapy really works wonders. What other scathing remark Kimberly was going to give you turns into a squeak when you grab her wrist and march over to the blue roses. She doesn't fight you off, only tugging herself free when you're right in front of the bush. Gotta hand it to those druids. Well, these flowers do look pretty sick. Kimberly stares at them if she's been seeing them for the first time.
Whatever.
They're all right.
Rose colors mean things, right? What does blue mean? We're doing these dates in the correct order.
Well, it's not a natural color. Mundane blue roses are usually white roses given blue dye to absorb. Magically altered roses like these are easier to keep alive, but you still have to prepare the seeds to take the color properly. So, blue roses usually symbolize mystery or something unattainable. It's the fantasy color, if that makes sense.
Of course she knows, because she has also borrowed Lucy's book. Mystery, huh?
Oh, right. That's your whole thing.
Kinda is, yeah. That does make me like them more.
Typical.
Isn't that good, though? Doesn't it make you feel better you don't have to connect this nice place to such bad memories? You can make new memories to reference instead.
You sound like Jawbone.
I mean, I live with the guy. Despite her words, she reaches out and carefully plucks a blooming bud from the base of the bush, tucking it into her pocket. If mystery blue is out, then what's your favorite rose color?
When did I say I didn't like the blue ones?
I had a hunch. Humor me? Kimberly sighs, but this time she's the one who grabs your wrist and drags you off.
I guess I'm partial to the burgundy ones.
They make brown roses?
Burgundy isn't brown. It's an elegant wine red. Its cool tones come from purple, not black.
My bad. I'll study up on colors next time.
See that you do.
The burgundy rose is Kimberly so fond of growing along with a white trellis. You can barely see any of their green thorns under the blanket of velvety deep red petals. As the two of you approach, 3 more bloom before your eyes. You're right, these are nice.
That's what I thought.
I'm always right. Keep up, Applebee's. Everyone thinks that white is the most elegant color for a rose, but burgundy goes with everything much more nicely and allows for another accent color. I like it with pet cream, pale gold, and sage green, personally.
Mm-hmm. Just kind of the whole thing about it.
So inspiring.
Hey, is that color on your arms and tail burgundy?
Perhaps. You imagine that how the colors would look all bundled up next to each other. You've never been one with the keenest eye for design, but you think you can see what Kimberly is getting at. How the different hues would accent and enhance burgundy. I could see it going with pink, too.
You sound like Marianne.
Hey, I'll take that as a win. Marianne's cool. Kimberly exhales a laugh.
She is, yeah. She can be annoying when she wants to be, and she's really hard to shake. I used to be so jealous of how composed she is.
Marianne mentioned. You're pretty sure this is the first time Kimberly's talked about her friends to you. And definitely the first time she's mentioned being jealous of them. Used to be, huh? When did that stop? Kimberly's face falls.
Sometime around the end of last year, while I was still in hell.
She traces the edges of a petal with her finger.
Honestly, the worst part of hell is how boring it is. It's not like everyone's just sitting around twiddling their thumbs or whatever, but it does get old fighting all the time. Sleep for an hour or two, you get woken up by some devil who wants to pick a fight with you. You fight it off. Try to get more sleep. Rinse and repeat for however long I was stuck down there. You're stuck in that. You kind of forget petty things you thought ruined your life. The grind of it all becomes the first, second, third most important thing in your, well, not life, existence, whatever.
You hadn't thought of the hells as, well, hell in a second. It's where Fig's recording studio is, and Fabian's dad lives to you. It's somewhat surreal to hear Kipperlily describe an actual eternal torment in the same place where Bill Seacaster flies Calvaxis around in a fucked up swan boat. Name dropping Calvaxis there is very interesting. Like, haha, that is funny to Kristen. But Calvaxis is also experiencing hell as intended.
Yes.
Interesting.
Honestly, a really fucked up one.
Yes, a really fucked up one. Not to mention, like, I feel like also a good mention here would have been Penelope Everpetal.
Yeah.
Also a teenage girl who was kind of persuaded into becoming the worst. How'd you get out?
Apparently O'Sheen spent months figuring out approximately where I would be and dragged the rest of them along with him in with plane shift. No idea what possessed any of them to think it was a decent idea, but now I'm here, so I can't complain.
Kipperlily's grip tightens on your wrist. She's lying. There's no way she would have left the rat grinders motivations well alone. She knows exactly why they went down there for her. Guess they did do something for the yearly quest. They must have been lost without you. They must really care about you to put in all that work. I think that's it.
Yeah, it's gotta be it.
Like, they must have been lost without you is like...
That's her ego, but that's not what she's wanting right now.
Yeah. Kipperlily doesn't answer, but her posture relaxes ever so slightly.
No matter why they did it, I landed myself there. I wouldn't have blamed them for leaving me.
But they didn't. They want you around, Kip. She takes a shaky breath, and her eyelids flutter as she blinks back a sudden shine to them.
Whatever.
It's in the past. I'm here now, and I'm grateful for it, and they know it. They can make fun of me for not getting myself out for the rest of our lives. I don't care.
You highly doubt that. It seems like Kipperlily does care about a lot of things, way more than she'd ever let on. She's not exactly one to dwell on a shitty past either. You lightly punch her in the arm. That's the spirit. Keep looking forward, and hey, I'm sure there's a ton of stuff you can make fun of them for, too. Kipperly doesn't respond to that. Probably time for change of topic, then. So, burgundy for the dance?
Really?
You are truly, horrendously, absolutely shit at conversational segues.
I've never tried to be good at them, and I don't plan on practicing now. So? Kipperly rolls her eyes, but goes along with it.
It's a nice color. It pairs well to practically every other color, and it looks good on everyone. Easy pick. Easy pick.
I feel like it wouldn't look good on me. Ginger hair, you know? That many shades of red and I'm gonna look like a barn on fire.
That's what accent colors are for. Gold would work best for you, I think.
Accent color, huh? Are you wearing burgundy to the spring fling, then?
What? Of course not. My dress is white.
Of course. How could you have been so silly?
Sorry, what was that?
If neither of us are wearing burgundy, why would we make the main color of the... Why would we make it the main color of the entire palette?
It's not about us wearing burgundy or not. It's about the overall theme, Kristen. Surely you gathered that.
You're suddenly unsure if you're still talking about the spring fling or colors at all. The intensity with Kipperlily is declaring these things certainly seems like a lot for just a school dance. You've put a lot of thought into this.
What? Into a color palette? Hasn't everyone?
No, definitely not. I don't know. I just approved whatever I was handed by the event organizing committee.
Why am I not surprised?
You're cute when you're angry.
Kipperlily's grip at some point migrated from your wrist to your hand, and her tail's been lightly touching the back of your heel. You don't think she's noticed either quite yet.
Come on, there are other flowers to look at. Ruben found some that only open when you sing to them.
Now who's doing a shit conversational segue? Can you sing?
Lucy likes dragging us all to karaoke every now and then.
Her hand is still in yours. Kipperlily.
Really?
What now, Applebee's?
You don't say anything. You just stare at your hands. Kimberly follows your look down.
Oh.
She immediately snatches her hand away.
That's...
I don't mind it.
Shut up! Don't talk to me!
Her face is buried in her hands. But you can still tell she's turning bright red. Honestly, you're probably the same shade, but you can't deny that you really didn't mind. Her hand has been soft. Her hand had been soft, and holding it felt nice. You almost missed it now that it was gone.
Yes, Kipper-Lily?
Did you still want to go see the singing flowers or whatever?
Absolutely the fuck not! I don't want to see you right now!
Contradictorily, she makes no effort to leave, giving you one last chance to get her to stick around. You could close your eyes and we could hold hands again if you want. Holy shit, look. Some guys just transform into a swarm of bees over there. No time for awkward conversations now. Hey. It's all good. I didn't see anything if you didn't.
I like allowing her to have her distancing.
Ugh. You want to say it's all good. I didn't say anything if you didn't. That feels like giving her an excuse to be like, well, clearly Kristen doesn't want. Clearly, like Kristen does not want to pursue this any further, or else she would have pushed for it more. If she didn't push for it, then she clearly doesn't want me, and so whatever. Like this doesn't feel like, this feels like teasing, but in a way that's like I do want to do it again.
Sure, go for it.
God, if Cassandra says we fucked it, we're doing this entire date again.
Mm-hmm. Not now, Applebee's.
She looks at least like she's calmed down. So, is this a date then?
Absolutely not. You can't just say something's a date after we've been here for hours. That would be luring me out under false pretenses and...
Her hand brushes her tote bag.
And you didn't even get me a real gift. You gave me my mom's Tupperware bag and called it a gift. I didn't even get a note to decipher this time. How am I supposed to remember today if it was a date?
She wanted a souvenir for hanging out at the park? You've been joking earlier, but maybe this is a date after all. Didn't you take a flower earlier?
That was on my own initiative, not yours. It's different.
So, to be clear, for something to be a date, you need to say it is a date and have a gift or a note beforehand.
Really?
You can't just turn a date into a checklist, Applebee's. Like, those are things that I want out of a date, but there's not a rubric or anything for them.
Well, but what if I want to get a good grade in dating?
That's not my problem right now, nor will it ever be.
Come on, scale of 1 to 10, how charming and romantic was I on the totally not date? What if I want it to be a problem? All right, dropping out of that class, I guess. No!
Make it her problem. Make it her problem.
What if I want it to be a problem? Do we go all in, or we just kind of... I like this one.
You're the one with the mouse?
No. No! This feels more real than this one. What if I want it to be your problem?
Kristen, what the fuck?
That was a happy what the fuck. That was, I'm pretty sure.
My god, shut the fuck up.
You can't say that you didn't have a good time today. You would just have left if that was the case.
Why are you so confident about that?
I don't know. Seems like a you thing. Rule 57 of being Kipper-Lily Copperkettle. Don't let anyone tell you where you can or can't be, you know? Kipper-Lily presses the heel of her hands into her eyes, looking unbelievably tired all at once.
Are you fucking kidding me?
You know what? Fuck this. I'm done with whatever this fucking charade has been. You, me, after school next Wednesday. Hatchet's room. We're settling this over chess.
I've been so scared of the fucking chess date. Cass, I'm adding blue roses as a symbol of your worship, if that's alright.
Look at you. You're glowing.
Oh,
It's Cassandra.
yeah, my Discord stream seems to have crashed.
Oh. Hold on. It's still... Wait, no, your network connection is causing a decreased video quality. Oh. Discord.
It's back.
Okay.
Are you sure you don't want to keep them for yourself? They seem pretty meaningful to the two of you.
I mean...
Oh, if she wants to stick to with that color palette, tell her to add lilac in, okay?
Aww.
Gotta represent if it's what I think it's for.
Yeah.
Sure, what the
Wow.
fuck? I don't know where we're at. I don't know what that means.
Sounded good?
It sounded good, yeah. I'm gonna save here. Oh my god. You've known for years that Elmville has an annual spring fair, and it's just that you've never actually been. Your parents had avoided them like the plague, claiming they were hotbeds for ungodly people, sinful foods, and demonic activities.
Cool. Sick.
Honestly, all of those things sound pretty good to you these days, so you're excited to experience them for the first time. From what you can tell from your friends, going to the spring fair is an incredibly normal part of Elmville life. The sky is blue, Eggford is crazy, and everyone goes to the fair every year. They're a little envious. You've been meaning to go for a while, but one thing or another had popped up every single year of high school. Jail, the Nightmare King, just being really fucking busy and you hadn't made it. You've made a solemn vow to show to yourself that this year it'll be different.
Okay.
Okay, you'll admit it. It hadn't been that solemn a vow. Still, it's kind of amazing to soak in the sunshine and feast your eyes on the staggering array of activities set up here. It's a beautiful day to be outside as you look around to see quite a few of your classmates at Eggford as well.
Yeehaw!
The smell of various deep-fried food items is making your mouth water. There's a Ferris wheel spinning at the back, a carousel full of shrieking little kids, about a trillion little games to be played. There's even a haunted house, which seems slightly out of season, but still fun. Can't help but think that your brothers would love this, and you would have too, if you'd come here as a kid. No time to get maudlin, though. You've got to make up for lost time by having the best experience possible. There's so many things here you'd be happy to spend hours doing, but there are only so many hours in the day. The big question is, what do you want to do first? Oh! Okay, so we were talking about this earlier in the server that someone took a screenshot of this like very similar looking page and was like, look, we have 2 poly romances. And everyone was like, how the fuck did they unlock both 3C and Frost Kettle? I apparently did it too. I've been on 2 tracker dates and 1 Nara date. But I've done it, apparently. So this is I'm screenshotting this to add to the discussion.
We have a log of how to get here.
Yeah. That's true also. Where's people talking about this? Is it some testimonials? Yeah, okay. It's like it's literally the exact same screenshot.
Get here by ignoring Gertie.
The answer is ignore Gertie and you get it. Okay, I just added that. That's so funny. Okay, do we want to do the individual ones and then go back and do the both of them, or does that feel like too much?
I'm fine doing all three. That could be the end of stream.
Yeah. Let's do Kip first, like we've been doing. You wander through the rows of carnival games, each one laden with walls of prizes and workers calling out to convince people that they definitely aren't rigged. Yeah, right. At the end, you find a section that looks more promising: claw games. You've never really tried one of these, but you think they're purely luck based, so you have just as good a chance as anyone at winning. Standing in front of the biggest one, eyeing the toys inside a thoughtful expression, is your new game buddy. Hey, Kip!
What the fuck?
Kip really startles, her demeanor instantly changing when she spots you.
Kristen, come to waste your money over here?
I was just wandering through. You look pretty set on this one, though. Kimberly glances at the machine, and you get a closer look at what's inside. It's filled with massive plush cats, pink with purple stripes, and easily more than half as tall as Kipperlily and about as wide. Aren't those from that one kid's cartoon? Super Kitten Crew?
I don't know. Maybe?
You seem pretty interested in it.
It's the biggest prize here. I was curious. It's probably impossible to win.
What makes you say that?
The claws on these machines have terrible grip on purpose. If you don't get it exactly right, you'll never win. Especially with prizes as big as these.
You crack your knuckles, grinning at when Kipperlily raises an eyebrow. Sounds like a challenge. Kipperlily's eyes briefly widen with hope before she catches herself and scoffs.
Sounds like a great way to lose all your loose change.
Watch and learn, Copper Kettle. You stretch out your arms before approaching the machine. Despite her claimed disinterest, Kipperlily walks up next to you straight away, unable to stop herself from looking at the cat right in the middle. Target acquired. A single silver gets you 5 plays on the clock. You're getting this cat. Kipperlily is silent for your first attempt, but you can feel her staring at as you line up the claw, adjusting it in all directions before the machine starts to beep out a warning. You hit the button right before you run out of time, and the claw lowers directly on the cat's head. It starts to lift, then promptly slips out of the claw's grip. You try to get the body on your next attempt, but you mess up your approach, the claw sliding straight past it. Third try. Kipperlily goes around the side of the machine, pressing her face against it with steely focus.
You're too far forwards. Move back.
With only 10 seconds to make your move, you follow her directions without question. The claw comes down, and this time encircling the body perfectly. It lifts it up, heading painstakingly slow towards the drop chute, before dropping again. Kipperlily exhales a frustrated huff, and you frown. 2 tries left. Don't worry, we got this. Tip of your tongue sticking out of the corner of your mouth, you go forth and approach. You try the same thing, with Kipperlily directing you, and manage to pull the cat even closer to the chute before it drops. One more try. You're so close.
A little left. A little more. You move right. Go back left.
Mood. She's just like me for real. I'm about to run out of time!
Left. Left.
With one final jerk of the control stick, the claw bounces from side to side as it drops, and Kipperlily gasps. Despite the bouncing, it manages to fall on top of the cat's body, 2 of the claws hooking underneath its arm. The cat lifts up at an awkward angle, ready to fall at the slightest nudge. You hold your breath as it reaches the top of the machine, certain the claw finishing its ascent will drop the cat out of its grip. It does. The cat falls, bouncing once, and tipping over into the drop chute.
Nice.
She's so fucking focused. This is hers. This is her possessiveness. With far more energy than you could have expected from someone who allegedly knows nothing about this cartoon cat, Girlie pulls out the plush cat, nearly vanishing behind
Kipper
it.
Lily Copperkettle wins again.
My work is done. My work here is done.
I suppose you do have some talents.
Yeah. Okay. It is not.
If you're
Fancy
sure.
seeing you here.
Shut up, Cassandra.
We're not done yet.
We're not done yet. We're time traveling.
Wee.
Whee!
Oh, sick. Okay. Yeehaw!
You fucked it.
Yeehaw!
I fucked it? What'd I fuck?
No.
Okay.
The exact timing there.
Yeah. It's got 55 rides and games over 100. Okay. Question.
Welcome to the Elmwood
Elmwood
Fair.
Fair.
Is where you're starting.
Oh yeah, welcome to the Elmwood Fair. It's got 50 rides and games over 100 different vendors this year, making it
That's on screen right now, by the way.
Oh, okay. Making it the best place to go for fun, food, and above all, trying out new things. Or so I've heard, anyway. She says this out loud. The fair bustles around you. Sights and sounds and smells are almost overwhelming as people shriek on rides and vendors hawk their wares. Kristen, you sound like an expert. Come here often? Oh, that also should have been you. But that's fine. Because I thought it was narration.
Nope. First time. Just made those numbers up. But I've been meaning to for ages. Also always looked fun. Don't tell any of the bad kids, though. I'll get jealous that my first time wasn't with them.
Lucy, I'm honored to be invited then. Lucy. Why did I say my own name? That's me. I'm Lucy. Well, I'm honored to be invited then. This is my first time at a fair, too. It just never seemed like my scene.
Hell yeah. New experiences for both of us, then. Let's go see what this place has to offer.
The two of you spend some time just walking around at first, taking everything in. There's a lot to do and a lot to look at, and you keep getting so distracted by the next cool thing that it's difficult to find a moment to stop and pick just one. Eventually, though, you've both lapped the entire fair. You realize that neither of you have actually done anything. Man,
And everything looks amazing. Now that we've got the lay of the land, what do you want to do first?
Actually, considering all the time running around we just did, I think I've worked up an appetite. Want to try some fair food?
Great idea. From what I've heard about fairs, we have to get one of the most ridiculous, crazy, borderline gross thing they're selling. Food you'd only find at a fair because they'd be crazy to sell it anywhere else.
Interesting. Borderline gross? Are you sure that's a good idea then?
Totally. It's an adventure, an experience. You have to try everything that the fair's got to offer, right? Might just find your new favorite thing.
Well, when you put it like that, I guess we have to try something. The two of you go up to a nearby stand and look at the menu. A giant sign out front proclaims that this place sells deep-fried anything and chocolate-covered anything else. So it's definitely the right place to be. Unicorn dick? It's the adventure zone. Now that you're here, looking at the bubbling vats of oil and chocolate, a hint of doubt creeps through you. Maybe this isn't as good as an idea as you thought. What if Lucy gets
Minor
pressed
spelling
out?
mistake.
There's an extra space! Minor
Aha!
typo!
You fools! You fools! You think we should start with something easy? Like a funnel cake or like a churro?
But Lucy shakes her head at your offer, a teasing smile on her face. Don't back out on me now. What if you find your new favorite food today? Who knows? It could turn out to be chocolate-covered pickles that you've just never tried them. Well, you certainly can't argue with that.
You would try a deep fried. I mean, deep fried pickles are just.
Or a thing.
Those are already good. Yeah.
These are chocolate covered.
Yeah. I was thinking like the two things they offer. I was like,
Yeah.
I tried the other one. Wait, no, I just eat those normally.
Mm-hmm.
Those are just good.
You approach the cashier and pull out the cash you brought exclusively for fair stuff. Your own, not Fabian's. It feels more like an authentic fair experience that way.
2 pickles, my good sir. Drenched in anything and everything.
You get your pickles, and both you and Lucy exchange matching half smile, half grimace expressions as you take in the culinary crime in your hands.
Count of 3,
1,
2.
3. You both take a bite. Whoa, the fact that some of the pickle is sticking, like it wasn't even covered completely. It's just poorly made.
Awful.
It is
Awful.
unsurprisingly not good at all. The sour and the sweet stab at your mouth like knives.
No. Mistake.
Venus, chill. It is chilly. Hey, it's not that bad. I mean, it's not good, but it's not bad. She immediately betrays her own words by choking, eyes watering from the taste. You reach up and pat her on the back, laughing. At least Lucy's laughing too. You need a billion nasty pickles to see her laugh like that again. All right. Oh, that's fucking Kristen again.
Alright. If you're sure it's not that bad, let's try something else. There's a world of flavor possibilities around here.
Apples.
Apples.
Apples. A little boggy over here.
Mm-hmm.
A little boggy. Let's do it. I wonder what the nastiest thing at the fair is. As it turns out, nothing can beat the stomach-churning taste of the chocolate-covered deep-fried pickles. But you and Lucy have a great time and trying lots of different food, rides, and experiences. When you get home, it's with a full stomach, cheeks that hurt from smiling, and a warm glow in your chest. It's been a perfect day.
Yeah.
Oh, there's hearts. There's hearts. Oh, the sound got cut
Fancy
off.
seeing you here.
Shut up!
Go away, Cassandra.
Go away, Cassandra! And bam.
Cool. Sick. Okay. Yeehaw!
Yeah, I didn't, but it's fine. I do want to see if this works. I'm deeply curious. We will reload immediately. We won't actually watch the scene, but if it
Hey,
works.
what's up?
Wow, it does work!
Look at these two pretty girls who should not be here.
Yeah, wait. Who the fuck are you people?
I met one of you twice and one of you once.
Okay, bye! That's so funny. Oh my
I
god.
wonder what the game would do if we did actually go through all that.
If we did that, I mean, it was sure to give us some points with the two of them, but it'd be like
Cool.
confused.
Sick.
If we would just wouldn't get points with Lucy and Kip,
Okay.
which is probably not what we want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fuck. I got it with fucking Nara and Tracker. Why not go to the most obvious attraction first? Heading to the Ferris wheel means that you get to go through most of the fair along the way. Seems like you're not the only person with that brilliant idea, though. Hey, Kristen. Hi, Kristen.
Kristen?
Huh. Fancy seeing you here.
You're Kristen.
Oh, that's also me now.
Mhm.
Just you two hanging out today?
You look around to see if the rest of the rat grinders are around somewhere, but you don't spot them.
The rest are all doing their own things.
We were just about to go on the Ferris wheel. Would you like to come with us? Lucy seems excited about the possibility, while Kipper Lily looks away. She doesn't object, though, which is basically the same thing as an enthusiastic agreement from her.
Getting to look over the whole fair with you two? Can't think of anything better.
A short wait in line later, the three of you are piling into a cozy metal carriage that creaks like it hasn't had a safety check in at least a decade. When you're all sitting down, the three of you are close enough together that you're almost shoulder to shoulder. You catch their eyes and grin, waggling your eyebrows.
So, locked in together for at least 10 minutes. Maybe even more if we get stuck.
Kimberly rolls her eyes. Lucy snorts out a chuckle before shaking her head solemnly. It could actually get stuck. It happened once last year.
You know, can't say I expected that.
Wait, really?
For over an hour. Kimberly stares at Lucy for a second before looking at you. You waggle your eyebrows again.
Really?
If we get stuck, I'm climbing out and getting down myself.
If anyone could do it, it's her.
Oh, you're no fun.
No, she isn't a thief, so she doesn't have second story work. Lucy giggles again before glancing outside of the carriage. Hey, you can see the whole fair already. You and Kimberly peer outside to see what she means. You're not even halfway to the top yet, but you can see the entire fairground stretched out before you. The food trucks, the games, the stage, even the other rides.
Think we'll be able to see anyone we know?
You all study the people milling about. You're pretty sure you see Gorthalax towering above most of the other fairgoers, so chances are Fig is hanging out nearby. But other than that, you're already too high up to distinguish where your friends are. I wonder if Gorthalax appears in Fig Root.
That'd be neat.
Mm-hmm. After a couple minutes, the Ferris wheel pauses at the very top. Forget the fairground. You can see nearly all of Elmville from here. Even the top of Mordred peeking out from behind some trees.
You know, I don't think I've ever actually seen the town from this high up before.
I've been wondering what these buildings are. Because it makes Elmville look deeply European. Right? Like this looks European. Like these look like old ass buildings.
Yeah. I would guess probably some of the other schools.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
You've never gone on the Ferris wheel before? Never been able to go to the fair before.
Well, what do you think? You look out across the town, spotting all the familiar buildings you nearly see every day. When you look back inside the carriage, where Lucy and Kipperlily are looking outside as well, both focusing on different parts of the town.
I had a great time.
I think it's pretty cool. The way some of these splash artists draw Kristen's hair in this,
Mm-hmm.
like this poster particularly, it's like so romantic lead.
Yeah, I mean, look at the hearts in her hair. That's so good. It's so cute. Anyway, okay. The fact that the sound effect gets kind of cut off is really funny.
Fancy seeing you here.
Alright, shut up! We're not talking to you anymore.
Go away, Cassandra. We're done.
Go away,
We're
Cassandra.
Done here.
We're done today. Next time we play this game will likely be the finale. Because we have 2 more weeks. We have
We've been consistently getting through 2 weeks every time.
every stream. So I think that's a good pace to be at. We'll either go to Spring Fling with Kipper, Lily, and Lucy, or we'll see a special ending, or we'll see a special ending, and then we'll go to Spring Fling with Lucy. That is what's probably gonna happen. I have heard pray and tell of Kip 7, and it scares me.
It's okay. I vaguely know chess.
That's true. You know chess, and you're competitive.
I am extremely competitive.
I brought in my ringer. My Kipper Lily Understander is logged on. And on Friday, Shasta and I will be playing, not this game, Dragon Age Origins. On next Monday, Tracy and I will be doing more Resident Evil 4. And then maybe next Wednesday we finish this?
Maybe.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Thank you all for joining. I'm glad this is one VOD and not multiple. I'm glad we figured out what the fuck was breaking Streamlabs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody. Good night. Goodbye.
Bye.